inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm going to scoot over this way a little bit tonight, so that way I'm better in view of the other stream. Sorry, guys. I'm with it. I swear I am. But welcome in, everybody. It's good to see everyone. Let me go over to the comments so I can see who's all in here. Catherine's in the other live. Okay, so we do have 2 lives going. Let me let everyone know so you know where to go. If you want to watch on Unfiltered, totally can. If you want to watch over on Titanium Built, totally can. We're on both sides tonight. I figured if I'm going to tell like my story of my car accident, we might as well do it on both channels, you know? I figured it would be, I don't know. I figured it'd be better that way. And they have us doing like this vertical, is that what it's called? Like when it's up and down? I don't know. You know what I mean? They have us doing that when we go live. And I think it's a pretty good idea because you can get more views that way, when people are scrolling through like they would like a For You page on TikTok or whatever. So it's just a new feature for YouTube. I may use it. I may not. We'll see how it goes. But like I said, welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Tanya or Titanium Built. You can call me either or if you're on Unfiltered, that's my name over there is Tanya. So, or you can call me Titanium Built. That's fine. That's fine. And I saw that we had a new member. I think it was Tiff. I think she just sent in a super sticker too. Look at that. Look at that. Thank you for becoming a member. And then you must have upgraded. You're gorgeous, by the way. You're very pretty. Your smile is very pretty. We'll be talking all about teeth tonight. Let me tell you. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see everyone. Let me say hi to some people and we'll wait for a couple more people to come in and then we'll get started. And Smitten Kitten, I'm going to leave it up. I don't usually private streams very often. It's very, 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 very rare. I think I have maybe 5 times. So I try not to do that. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Bree. Because you never know. People listening the next day. Like they'll listen with their headphones in or something. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Marcella. Hey, Mary Beth. How are you doing, Mary Beth? Hopefully you're doing great. Hey, Ladybug. There's my Ladybug. I saw baby girl was in here too. Hey, Reba. Hey, Crystal. Oh, and look at this. Your girl she got some paperwork. She's got some paperwork. Like I was like, if I'm going to tell my story, I want to make sure it's not just my side in a way. Do you know what I mean? Like it's going to be my side, obviously, but I have the documents to back it up, right? So I wanted to download some pictures. Well, I did. I downloaded some pictures. I put them up here to like I try to put them on my computer so that way I could show you guys, of like about my bones and stuff. It's not gross pictures. It's just x-rays. But I couldn't get them to upload. So we're just going to go and we're going to take a little trip on the bus. We're going to go over to, or the canoe or kayak, whatever you guys want to go in. And we're going to go over to my Facebook, which is under Titanium Built. Hey, Dawn. Hopefully you came back. Shall return. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Casey. Look at that, Tracy Casey. I don't know. It felt like it rhymed. I'm going to tell you all the tea tonight because that night was nuts. Hola, baby girl. Hey, Tina. Yes, so there is. Okay, so there's 2. If you're on the phone one, if you want to come in on the other stream, just click the 3 dots and go to save later. Or you can like the video and then just go into your liked videos or your save now later videos and it'll make it the other way for you. But either way, there's still people over there. I can see the little phone, so that's pretty cool. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Laura. Hey, Deborah. It's good to see everybody in here. It's going to be like a really cool, like laid back kind of live, Oh, thank you. You're welcome for sharing. You're welcome. If anybody has any questions also, let me know. Let me know. Hey, Zoe. Hey, Dreaming. Hey, Pointer Lover. I feel like I've been on here all day today. Hey, Hoodie. I feel like I felt good today, you know? So that's always a good thing. Hey, Nicole, because I was not feeling good. But you know what I think it was? I don't know. So the side effects, this is weird. The side effects of when you take gabapentin are the same symptoms that I had when I stopped taking it. Like my fingers were swelling up and everything, like everything on there, fatigue, all of it. I was like, because I just kind of stopped taking them. Sometimes I do that. I start taking them again, but I'm bad with taking them. I don't know. I feel like they don't do nothing for my nerves. Oh, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. So glad you are here. We need you. Thank you for sharing. You're welcome. Yeah, and there's all the new updates are just crazy. Okay, so our new update for StreamYard has been like every night I've gotten off here, there's been something new. It's like, and so I have two screens now to look at, which is really weird. It's so weird. Thank you, Pointer Lover, for becoming a member. Did you upgrade or is it just coming in twice? Might just be coming in twice. I don't know. But thank you twice. I appreciate it so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, Kitsy Cats. Thank you, Zoe. You're inspiring. That's very nice of you to say. Thanks, Deborah. I have both open. Vincent, like sometimes he'll come in on my show, like, and he'll hit the like button and then like he'll maybe watch for a minute and then go do whatever he's doing. And he said, every time I do that, I feel like I mess you up. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I didn't even know you did it. He's like, I think they're on to us. That's what he said. Hey, Tammy. I'm like, I don't think one extra like's going to get me. Hey, Boone. Wouldn't that be funny though? People are getting their channels though taken. It's crazy. We're good over here. See, I'm going to look into it, Hoodie, because I've been taking gabapentin on and off for 10 years, 11 years. How long has it been? Since 2014, 12 years. It'll be 12 years this year. I don't know. I don't like GABA either, really. I don't feel a difference when I'm on or off of it, but I did when I stopped taking. I was taking it like really religiously. Like I'm supposed to take 2 pills. I think they're 300 milligrams or maybe 100. I don't know. I don't even know. Like 3 times a day. But I'm so bad. My day, like my middle medicine. Actually, I can show you guys. I have it. Okay, so I have my daytime, my afternoon, and then my night. These are like they just pop open like separately. So you can put your medicine in there, right? And then this is the best thing I'm gonna tell you about it before we even get started. This comes in like, so this says Saturday on it. So it comes like Monday through Sunday or whatever. Or yeah, whatever, you know what I mean? And you just pick out your medicine for the day because you know how they have those big hunky things that you have to like, I don't know, they're just big, like the other pill containers. I lost one of those one time and I was out of my medicine for like 10 days. 10 days. So we ain't doing that again. But I'm telling you that it's on Amazon. It's the best. Hey, Jennifer. I'll get down to the bottom, I promise. Hey, Cole. I was a patient of a doctor who ended up arresting for running a pill mill. Oh my gosh. Where did you live, Cole? Do you mind me asking? Were you down in Florida? Hey, Lenora. Remember back, I don't know if you guys remember back then, back in the early 2000s, they had those pill mills down there. Woo. They was doing the mostest down there. You could go to Florida. I've never done it. I would have never done that. My parents would have killed me and I would have never done that anyway. I didn't know about like pills at the time. I found this out later on, but people would go down there and they get like a bunch of like medications from different doctors and they come back with like, I guess, mountains of pills and then they just sell them, like just sell them away. What did I steal? East Boston? The picture? No, picture's mine. Thank you. Is it Raisin Cane? Oh, I see it now. I like it. Thank you for becoming a new member. I appreciate that so much. Okay, I think I said hi to everybody almost. We're going to go to the bottom. Everyone's talking to everyone's stuff. No, it's not for ADHD, but I do have ADHD. Hey, Brooke. So an entire month was gone. Oh my God, I would have died. I got lucky. So what happened was, what happened? I think it was in Florida. It was in Florida. It happened to me twice. Okay, because I remember I was in Florida, and my uncle, like they normally you have to like I don't know. Normally, I'm in like I'm on Medicaid, so they don't really go outside. Like they're not going to send my medication to Florida, right? I don't know how my uncle swindled Walmart to fill it and them to send it, but he got them to send it. I don't even think I had to take a urine test, which is weird because normally, you have to make sure that you're taking your medication. But yeah, it was like 10 days worth both times. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. Yeah, Tina. Yeah. Florida was crazy. They had so many different like mills. And I mean, they were probably those doctors were probably making so much money. I would never. I mean, your ethics, but when I think of ethics, I think of like people like Alec Murdoch too. He should have had ethics, but he didn't. So there's that. So I went through. Okay, I'm like one of those people where I'm like I have to make sure that I have all the documents because I wanted to make sure that we had the documents. So I'm like, where did I put those? I was like, there. I could picture the tote in my head. And I'm like, it says important documents on it. It's labeled. And I remember I thought it was in this closet. Y'all, you've seen this closet one time because I took a picture and you guys were laughing because everything's labeled. But I had to like get back and into the corner. Oh, it was craziness. But I got them. So we're gonna read this after we read the report. But we have the officer actually interviewed Tyler. That's his name. I'm just gonna call him Tyler. Everyone knows his name at this point. You guys might not have, but that's all. I won't say his last name. I don't think anybody will know who he is because I don't even think he lives in the same town as I used to live in. I don't know what he does. I don't care. I'm like, and I don't care. So I'm going to read these off. I didn't have a scanner. I just have a printer, just a printer. So I'm going to read these off, and then I'm going to read off the toxicology and stuff, which wasn't nothing. So actually, I'm going to tell you about what happened that night before I tell you about this. Okay. So welcome in everybody. If you guys don't mind, take a second, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. We normally talk true crime on our channel, unfiltered. We get a little spicier over there. But on Titanium Built, we do talk about true crime every evening, usually between 8:30 and 9. So if you want to subscribe, we'd love to have you. So I was 20, I want to say 27, 28, 27, 28. I was 28 because it was 12 years ago. So I moved to Columbus and I was there for like a week and a half, maybe. And I had everything moved in up there, all my stuff. And my mom called me and my dad had passed away in 2008. But my mom didn't handle things very well after that at all. So she didn't like to be alone. So she called me because, of course, my brother's married and he has kids. So she calls her daughter and she's like, will you please just like come home? Like, just come stay with me. I just, and I'm like, of course, like, tell me when. My bags are already packed. So I just packed like 2 weeks worth of clothes thinking I'll go back up. I didn't think I was going to go down there and live. I thought I'd just get down there and stay for a few days and then go back up. Right. Hey, Steve. Oh, I appreciate you so much. I like to make a videos play while I run errands. Oh, Steve, you're the best. Thank you. So I ended up going down and staying with my mom 2 weeks after I got there. I was trying to go back up and get my stuff. We were talking about getting a rental car or rental truck and stuff like that. The person I was staying with was being super extra shady. So it was a really bad situation. Then my mom had a apartment fire. And it wasn't her fault. I've told you the story about that. It was this other person's fault. So then we had to move to this other apartment. And this all happened within like a month of me being there, couple weeks, at maybe 2 weeks to a month. So then we moved to this other place and I have like no clothes because all of my clothes were in the house when it was caught on fire. And we moved to this other house and we're doing fine. It's kind of like where I grew up, we grew up in such a nice home. Like my parents had a beautiful home. So, and that's the story for another day. So when my mom didn't have that house anymore and she, my aunt had moved her to this little small town with nothing there. She knew nobody. It was just the shittiest little town. She has a fire and then she gets moved into this apartment that's like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was creepy. It had bats in the ceiling. Bats. And I'm not talking a couple. I'm talking hundreds. Like we would go out at 9:06 at night in the summer and you could see them coming out of this hole. And they didn't fix that for like a year. So my mom had drop ceilings. So every once in a while, the bat would like drop on the ceiling and it would flop around. And the cat would be Rocky. I still got Rocky, of course. And he'd be looking. I mean, it was it was nuts. And they would go to inn at like 4:45 or something. I forget, 5:45. I laid there and I remember I like listened to them one night because I was like, I want to know what these little suckers are doing. I hate bats. Like that's disgusting. They carry really bad diseases. And so every time I never went out. It was like a rare thing. And if I did, I would go to the town over because I had met a friend, Tyler. So this person, and I would go out and every time I come back, something would be like the bats would be like, on the ceiling, like doing their thing or something. She'd be like, don't leave. And I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm out. So I never went out really. But I did end up meeting a guy, and I'll tell you about that just because it kind of fits in with the story, but met him, thought he was the one. Oh my goodness. Like he was not even close. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to say it. So he ends up being really shady. He ends up leaving one day. Well, he's like, I'm going to go out and get my stuff because we had an argument. And he was like, I'm just going to, like, he had packed his stuff and he was leaving. And when he walked out that door, for some reason, I just knew he was leaving. And he didn't have a car, but I knew that his ex was coming to pick him up. So this was like 2-3 weeks before my car accident. So he leaves. And my mom's like, do you want me to go out there? Because it's like 10 minutes later, right? And it only takes 30 seconds to come back in. And my mom's like, do you want me to go out? And I'm like, no, it just, it hurt. It really did. But oh my goodness, like I was just dumb. I don't know. I think I needed the accident to knock some sense into me. So when my friend asked me like 2 weeks later, if I wanted to go out and have some drinks, I was like, of course I do, because I had not been out in months and months and months. Like I'd just been chilling with my mom. We had that house fire, that apartment fire. We were sitting in lawn chairs for like 2 or 3 weeks watching this little TV. I mean, like we had furniture at this time by the time I left, but like, and everything was good. But I was like, yeah, I need to get out of the house for the night. And he's like, I'm not going to drink. He's like, if I do, I'll have like a beer. And then like at the dock, because there were certain bars that you went to when you went to this town that we were going to. And he's like, I'll just have like one beer and that's it. I'm like, okay, that's really cool. He comes to my house. He brings my mom some drinks because my mom drank. And she like hurt her hand or something, her arm. And I remember he like helped like put the bandage on her because he was a medic in the military. And this is what I remember. And I took a picture of myself in the front of the mirror. I should pull that picture up, and I will pull them up. And then I remember saying like goodbye to my mom and I'd be back and I'd be careful. And he said, I have a case of beer in the car. Because at this point I had my apartment and my mom had her own apartment. So I forgot to tell you that. Like it was really quick. We had like, she had her apartment, I had my apartment. And so I was like, yeah, let's take it to my apartment. We're like, that's responsible, right? Like dropping it off, not driving around. Cause we were driving like 30 minutes away, right? To go to this town because there's nothing where we were. So we're driving down, we go to this bar I remember I got a shot in a beer because that's the girly that I was. I was a Jim Beam Bud Light girl. Like I drank the same liquor and the same beer because I just knew my limit. You know what I mean? Like maybe I went over it sometimes, but I knew like what my body could handle off of those 2 drinks. So that's what I would drink. So I drank some drinks, we were having fun. I remember like it's weird because like in my stomach, I get these like butterfly feelings almost like I remember we were having so much fun, just like hanging out. I had saw a bunch of my old friends that I hadn't seen forever because I didn't live in that town anymore. So it was just a really exciting night. So then we went to another bar. I can't remember the name of it now. Something Station. I don't even know if it's still, I don't think it's still there. I don't even know. But it was this bar and we went there and I had a couple drinks. Now I wasn't watching him and babysitting him if he was drinking. Like I remember only thing I remember seeing was like him have a beer at the dock. I don't really remember. It was called Filling Station. I really don't remember him drinking there. But then again, I was like a social butterfly. Like I was like, the butterfly that just like came out of the cocoon and I was just like everywhere because I hadn't seen people in forever. So I was wanting to talk, And so we leave the bar and I remember specifically when we got in his car, he had just got a brand new car. Like it was like brand new. It was not like, I don't know if it wasn't brand new, but it was new to him, but it was like a 2011. This was 2014. So it was pretty new. And it was a silver Honda Civic. And I was like so excited for him to get that car because he had been driving like an old Buick or something, right? Like, and I was like, you deserve a nice car, So, this is when we start driving home. So I remember that light being on when I got in the car, and it was the little seatbelt light, little person with the little belt, like telling you, looking at you, like I'm gonna start dinging if you don't put that belt on. And I always wear my seatbelt. It's just I've always have. It's just something it's just an automatic thing that I do. We started driving and we're going towards, I wish I had a picture of it. So we're going out of town and we're on like a state highway, but it's windy and it's bumpy. I mean, it's straight down, like bumps. My dad used to take me on that and go like kind of fast. And so like the bumps would make my belly, like I would laugh as a kid, but it's like that, but it's like real hilly. And we were driving on it. And when you get to this certain spot, and I think I have a picture of it actually. Well, you can't really tell, but let me see. I'm just going to bend the paper just because I don't know if it has like his full name on it or mine. But like, you probably can't see it, but so this is the car and this is where it started. Look how far back. Cruising. So we're going around this, like we're going on this bump, and the bump, it just kind of curves to the right, just a little. This way, sorry, it curves to the right, just a little bit. And everyone knows it's there if you drive that road any amount of times. But I always remind people that it's there because I don't know. I've always been afraid someone's going to miss it, right? So he goes over the hill, and I'm starting to say, there's a curve, and I couldn't get it out like fast enough, and he like overcorrected but didn't flip, thank goodness, but started driving down this embankment like in the grass. And in my brain I'm going, first off, I don't, if you guys have been in an accident you'll know like how this is, but you have time to think about your whole damn life. Like all of a sudden time is just standing still. And so I'm like, this is a bad time. Oh man, this night sucks now. Like really, like I was going through all of these things. Like this is going to be bad. Why aren't we stopping? Like we were cruising for so long. Why are we not like, why weren't we stopping? So we hit the tree head on. Let me see if I can pull up the pictures. It was taken forever earlier. So I just got to scroll through all my pictures. Why are we being so slow over here, Facebook? I'm about to I'm going to refresh the page. It's going to take me back. Okay. I wish I had like these in a folder, but he hits the tree head on, all on the passenger side. Now, in my brain, there was a tree and a telephone pole, and I was thinking maybe he's going to try to go in between them, right? Like he's going to try to miss both of them with the car because their tree was here and the telephone pole was like here. And in my mind, I was under the influence. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, we could probably make it. I don't think we would have made it at all. But he I don't think he attempted that. So we hit the tree, the engine of the car, which is like 400 pounds or something ridiculous. It drops because when you're in a car accident, that's what happens. Well, when it dropped, it came through the floorboard, and that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you pictures of how small it was. Like where I was. This is taking forever. I don't think you want to see all these pictures of me and Vincent. I never delete a picture. Why is it taking so damn long? Like it really is. I'm about to like switch the internet and see if that works. I mean, this would be good for my selling. I have like all my clothes on here. So I want to tell you a story, but I want to show you the pictures. So let me see if I can. It won't let me send them on there. Okay. Sorry, it's going to take a minute. Look at this. I was like, what's up with that girl's hair? I said that one day. These are all pictures these are old pictures now because we're down far a bit. Well, not too old because I have my clothes in here. See my little candles? You can get some candles, some lotion. Just kidding. I'm trying to get to the pictures. But I was, so Tyler T gets out of the car. He's able to get out. Oh, right away. Just stick with me because this is when it gets a little like, what the F? According to sources that are extremely close to me, that would never lie. I mean, never, ever, ever lied. And I've known them all my whole life. They're family. Let's just say that. Well, two of my family members were from Philadelphia, but they lived in this town for a while, so they knew somebody. Well, I guess 2 cars went by us because when we hit the tree, it was complete darkness. It was complete. Oh, I burnt my hand. It was complete darkness after that. So this is when I first got my eye. So the first 2 cars go by, I guess, and my aunts, the people that she knew, they were going to pull over, but they didn't know exactly where to pull over. So they went up the road and then they were turning around. When they were turning around, the officer, I guess, was there. When the officer got there, Tyler had a gun in the back. It was locked in a lockbox. He has his concealed carry. He was allowed to have it. It just can't be holding it when you're drinking. You know what I mean? Like, but I didn't know. I didn't know it was in the car. If I would have known, would I have done anything? Would I have told him to put it in my apartment? Maybe, maybe not, because I grew up around, guns. It's not, I mean, as long as they're locked up and their safety's on, I'm usually, I'm okay with them. But apparently, and I don't know if he was having like a PTSD flashback because he did go to war. His best friend died in his arms. So I'm not going to hate on him for that. But the officer told my family member that when he got to the scene, Tyler had something in his hand pointed at the car where I was entrapped, where I was probably screaming. I don't know what I was doing. I don't remember. I don't remember that part. Thank goodness God was with me there, shock. But he said that he had it pointed. And when he walked up, I don't know how he didn't see him pulling up, but he shoved it down his waistband and the cop found it. So there's no really disputing it. Because if you had a weapon in the car, in the trunk, locked up, safety on, why would you get out of the car and go and get that? Why would you? There is no reason to. You would not be in any trouble as if it was locked up and it was safety was on. You would not be in any trouble for having it. So why would you have it? Why would you be pointing it at me? Was I screaming? Maybe I, you know what I mean? Was I given a PTS flashback of like being in war? I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to say probably, maybe. But the person who told me this was my brother. And my brother is like the most honest, sweetest, kindest, gentlest person I mean, he would never lie. Like he sat me down and he was like, this is freaking serious. So that's why, I mean, that's why it kind of took me a while to tell you my story too, because it's pretty crazy. So I'm in the car, and I guess the whole time I kept saying, that's back when we had to wear masks. The whole time I was saying, Mom, like over and over and over. Here's the accident. And I was like, I told the EMT because he wrote me later, this guy right here in the picture, I'm in the car when they're doing these. I mean, there's nothing they can do. That we hit the telephone pole. So the gas tank was hit. They were afraid the car was going to explode. He told me, I was staying with you because I didn't want you to die alone. Those were his exact words. He thought I was gone. He thought it was just a matter of minutes. And it was a matter of minutes. They said that if I would have been stuck in that car for another 30 minutes, I would have bled out. And I wouldn't be here. And the crazy thing is, this accident where we had it, my parents' home, if you're standing in front of my parents' home and you're looking at it, right, where I grew up my whole life, my dad's accident was about a quarter mile to the left, and mine was about a quarter mile to the right. And I think in my head, in my brain, I was like, I ain't going out like this. We ain't doing this. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't doing this to my mom. Like, so I think that's why I was saying mom the whole time. I just kept saying it over and over. Plus, she was my best friend. I probably wanted her too, you know? So they rushed me to the hospital. They give me blood. I don't remember any of this. I remember being in the car and hearing the chopper, the helicopter. I do remember that. And I think I remember the lights for a second, but that's it. I was blessed in that aspect. So I'm bleeding from my eye, from my face. I mean, everywhere. When we hit, I went this way, and then I came back and we swung and hit that telephone pole. So then I went like this way and then this way. So I ended up, I'm gonna try to go head to toe so I can remember everything. Head concussion. They had to take my eye out. They had to remove my eye, my right eye. I broke all the bones from my orbital socket down through my chin, all through my jawline, and then I broke this side of my jaw because I hit like so hard. My jaw was really messed up. I lacerated my spleen. I broke 3 ribs. I collapsed a lung. I shattered my legs, my wrist, my foot. My foot had, what's that called? Compartment syndrome. So they had to slice it in two, like cut it and down the middle, or just like twice, like one on each side. Yeah, it was, what else happened? They had to put a chest tube in to pump me back up my lung. That was the worst thing. Oh my gosh. Like that was the worst part of it all. That those ribs hurt being broke and that chest tube. So these are pictures. You can even see like the jaws of life out here. Like they couldn't even get it open with the jaws of life. And you're going to see where I was sitting and you're going to say, how? Okay. Like this is, so Tyler just kind of stepped out. He had a seatbelt burn and 3 stitches to his knee. You can see my jacket right there, the green. So this is where I was sitting. This is where I was at. Like, this is the dashboard. This down here is where my legs were. Like, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but that's where they had to get me out from. They literally just had to like pry it and then jerk me out. I feel like I remember them saying something like, "Get your boots out from underneath of it," or something, like, because I had riding boots on. And that's another thing. I always wore high heels when I went out. Every single time. Always wore heels. I was a heely girl. I'm 5'8". I wanted to be even taller. I don't know why, but I did. This night, for some reason, I wore these brown riding boots and I didn't even like them, but I was like, I'm going to wear these. And thank goodness that I did, because I think that's what helped save my legs, especially from the burns of the engine. So there's the other side of it. And you can even see look at this. You can even see the trunk open. Hold on. Where'd that go? Where did we go? What the heck? How did I get up there? Okay, hold on. Where was that? Yeah, so that's where I was too. So right here you can see, like, that's where my legs were. This all came in on me. Fudge, man, oof. So right here you can see the trunk being open. The trunk's open right there. He didn't even shut it all the way. That's not from the accident. His trunk, there's nothing wrong with it. You arrange your new day? I don't talk to him. Actually, it got kind of ugly there. So, and then I'll read the report here in a minute, but I was in the hospital. I guess I was blown up like a balloon. Let me actually show you that picture really quick, because that'll give you, if I can find it. There's my puppy when she was a baby. Here's all my signs around the house. Okay, there's a picture of me with, look at this. I look miserable. I look so unhappy. And I was. But then look at me here. Bam. Mama's back. I just felt good that day. This was one of my good friends. Okay, so let me find that picture. They're like in clusters. And I swear it took me forever to find that picture today. But my niece took a picture. So my brother took a picture of me when I was at the hospital when I first came in. And I had blood on me and a star, like looking like a shield patch on my eye. And I looked crazy. And so my brother took a picture of it and then he sent it to my niece, and was my oldest niece. She's, old enough to see that kind of stuff. And he said, "Oh my God, look at Tanya." And so she posted it on her Instagram, but what she did was she put a picture of me like before, and then that picture like of me in the hospital. And that's the one I want to show you guys, because then it shows you what I don't know, before and after. It's a little story I worked in. I'm sorry it's taken forever to get these pictures. I wish it would have let me upload those. I had them all uploaded on my phone. I had them cropped. Everything was ready. And then this what happens. And I keep every picture. Look at me, keeping them all. Let me know if I miss it. Okay, there's accident pictures again. So maybe it's close to this. If not, I know there's other pictures in here too from me in the hospital. I was going to show you guys. I had to get my mouth wired shut for 8 weeks. Oh, you want to see? Look at this. Vincent would kill me. This is what happens to Vincent when he has a drink. One drink, a sip, one sip. That's it. Look how red he is. He's so red. Look, he's not usually not that red. Poor guy. Okay, where's that picture? Maybe I can send that one. I know it let me send a couple, but man, I don't delete a picture. We're all just cruising through my Facebook. It's down here somewhere. Sorry, guys. So what happened was I was at the hospital. It was probably like 2 or 3 days, maybe 3 days later, he came up to visit me. And he gave me some magazines to read. And they were Women's Fitness, Women's Health, things like that. You know what I mean? Like running, doing all the things that I'm not able to freaking do. I'm on a Dilaudid pump and I've got a catheter. I ain't going nowhere, right? I mean, I'm staying for a while. So he comes in, he gives me that, and he's like, "You're not going to believe what happened to me." And I didn't know his injuries at the time, at all. He said, "I got this horrible seatbelt burn." And he proceeds to show me his seatbelt burn. We're getting close, I think. And I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" But I couldn't even say that because I couldn't even talk. Like I literally couldn't even hardly talk. So, oh, here's me in the hot. There it is. Okay, so this is the picture. So this was me like 2 weeks before my accident, and look how big I look in this picture. I look jacked. Like my brother, that's the only picture I have of me when I went in. Got the neck brace on, the eye freaking patch. My mom saw me like this. You know what this did to my mother? Oh my goodness. She said, "Give her one of my eyes." My mom had the most beautiful blue eyes. Oh, they were the prettiest blue eyes. And my brother, of course, he made a joke because we are those people. When we are in a bad situation, we joke. And my brother's like, "She'd look like a damn husky," because I'd have one brown eye and one, blue eye. So I thought it was funny. Okay, some of these pictures are graphic. I think just like couple. It's just stitches. So like this is a picture of my leg, just one of them. I had 97 stitches in all. This stuff down here that you see, this black, that's where the bone exited my leg. And look how big my leg is. I couldn't shave. I remember that. I couldn't shave for like, I don't even know how long it was. But I was like, just let me shave. This is me without the eye. That's where they had me sutured up. And look, I'm smiling with my metal wired shut. My mouth's wired shut. I'm at Dodd Hall. So they had me in the ICU. I was critical in the ICU. And I was there for 3 or 4 days, maybe 5. That's when, because my lung collapsed and all that stuff happened. They had to take me to surgery. I had surgery for the first 48 hours of like 2 days. I had surgery 38 hours of those. So they were working hard. Metal all throughout my face, wires, wedges, donor tissue. I mean, you name it. It's like a garage sale in there. You name it, I probably got it in there. Like chains, it looks insane. I had pictures of it too. I think they're on here. This is the first time I bent my legs. It was such a good feeling. And I only a little bit, but hey, I bent them. These are like little, like my time hops. I just kept them. This is me. I did my hair. And like, I'm smaller here. So the first time that I didn't look at myself for 2 weeks after my accident, I was terrified of what I look like. So when I lost my eye, my mom told the doctors she wanted to be the one to tell me. So when she came in, she said, "Honey, you're in a really bad accident and you lost your eye." And I looked at her, and I'm not a big spiritual person, but I am at the same time. And I was like, "Well, good thing God gave me 2." I don't know where that came from. I don't like normally a person would be like, "I lost my eye." You know what I mean? I don't know where it came from. And then I remember lifting up the covers of the bed and I was like, "But look at my legs." And my mom was like, they were all wrapped so bad. This was later on after I was out of the hospital and stuff. She was like, "They look so bad." And I told her, I said, "Yeah, but I was just happy because I had them. Like I thought I was going to lose them, And so the thought of having, keeping them, having them. So then we had to do the process of learning how to walk, learning how to talk, learning how to go to the bathroom on your own, getting a wheelchair, transferring, going up a little stair. That was the scariest shit I ever done in my life. Like one step. I mean, that wasn't the scariest thing probably with that whole thing was standing up for the first time. So they moved me here to Dodd Hall after about 2 weeks in the hospital. I was in the ICU. Then they moved me to like the atrium. And then they moved me in the middle of the night somewhere else, East Rhodes, I think it was called. And then I went to Dodd. So I was all over this hospital at Ohio State. And Dodd Hall is where you go for rehabilitation. That is where, if I swear, if anyone needs rehab and they need inpatient rehab, it is the place to go. I swear on them. I think that they're wonderful. From the nurses to the doctors to the people that the maid service, love them all. My maid, the maid that would come and get our stuff, she'd be singing Nelly. Her favorite song was Hot in Here. Every day I hear her singing that. It's getting hot in here. And I'm just like, it would just make me laugh. Like, just make me laugh. It would make me laugh so hard because she was just so happy. So happy. So let's see. Okay, there's my foot. I don't know why I showed this, but I think this is prior to me having metal. There's my legs. That was fun. Look at my teddy. Look at how small I was. My goodness. Skinny, skinny. Oh, there's the metal. So that's what I have in my foot. Just a little metal there. I hope none of these have my name, but if they do, it's okay. This one is my brain scan. That's what I think it is anyway. This one, you can still see I had like my boots on. They were scanning my legs. They were broke. You can see here where it was just broke in half. Just no hairline fractures here. We're breaking them. There's the back of it. I'm not even standing flat, it looks like. I was probably on a bed actually when they did this. I don't remember them doing this. They said though on a scale like from, what was it? 1 to 15. 1 being like dead, 15 being like you're up and you're like hanging out and you're talking. They said I was a 15. They were like, if you could have got up, you would have. I'm like, don't tempt me. I would have left. There's my the other break. You can both bones just shattered. I don't know why I have that one up there. This one's broke here. So then they, of course they tell me, we may have to take your legs. And I'm like, okay. Like, what do you say when a doctor tells you that? You can't like argue. I mean, you can't say no, right? I mean, what are you going to do? Like, I mean, just be in pain and have these broken legs that I don't know. I was like, okay, what else am I losing here? And then she said, after she looked at me, that she thought that she felt very confident that she could put titanium rods in my legs. And I heard it's rare for a woman to be a surgeon, like for orthopedic surgeon, because the rods are so heavy and you do have to like shove them through the bone, and I guess she was like one of the best on this, like on the side of the country. So I was proud to have her. She did a good job. So here you can see actually the rod. If you look, you can see the 2 screws up at the top, and then there's 2 screws at the bottom. We did end up removing the screws. It was September, I don't know what year, maybe 2018. No, like 2023. No, shit, that was just 2023. No, maybe 2016, 2018, something like that. And then you see the metal rod. So they put these rods in, right? And then they expect you just to stand up and take some steps. So in order for me to walk, I couldn't use my left arm because my wrist was shattered. I could use my right was good and my right leg was good, but my left leg, my foot wasn't good because it had 3 pins put into it to keep it from, I guess, the bone shifting and stuff. I don't know. They were doing their thing. I was just letting them do it. So I literally had to walk with my arm on this little thing that would rest. I had a walker, and then I would use my right arm, and I'd have to pick up my left leg and then hop on my right foot. Okay. I said, y'all expect me to do that? Like, you expect me to do that? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try. And I literally stood up. I went maybe 2 steps, if that. I don't even think I took the second step. And I panicked. I mean, straight panic attack. It was so bad that they had to take me back up to my room, put me on oxygen for like 2 days. They were like, "We're not trying nothing with her anymore for a while. Like, she's just is too anxious. She just can't do it." So the next time I went, I was like, "I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this." I walked 5 steps and I felt really good. And then my friend, he was like he's one of the greatest people. He does the sound and audio and like stuff like that for like the NFL, the NBA, NASCAR, and somewhere else. So he was going all over the country and he was having these people like put these signs that said like "get well soon," like with my name and stuff. It was really cool. Well, he would do these he had my coat. I love Victoria's Secret at the time. That was like my jam, right? I loved the leggings, the workout clothes, because that's what I kind of needed, right? And a girl can't, I mean, girls could always use bras and underwear. So he knew my account like information and he would go in there and he would give me like a goal. The doctors were already giving me goals, but he would give me a separate goal. And he's like, if you walk like, 100 more feet, like whatever your goal is, if you do 100 more, and he trusted me, to do it. He's like, I'll get you like a couple items out of your shopping cart or something. And I was like, okay. So it just like, it motivated me to do like more. And, so then I remember my last day, not my last day, it was like my last week. I had to walk over 500 feet to leave. And I did that. And he was like, if you walk over 500 feet again, my friend said this, he's like, I'll buy you everything in your shopping cart. And I'm like, what? And there was like $1,000 worth of stuff in there because I just was like, add to cart, And I ended up doing 680 steps. I was like, I'm getting that stuff. And it was there before. It was the day that I was leaving, the box came. I was like, this is amazing. This is so fun. When I was in the hospital, Tyler visited me just the one time. I didn't press charges or anything like that, but the state picked it up because that's what they're allowed to do. If they think that there is a case and they want to pick it up, they'll pick it up. Typical woman thing. It is. I always look nice though whenever I would go to therapy. I have to show you. I'm gonna see if I can find that picture of me in curlers. I don't know my chest. I don't know how I picture my chest. Oh, there's where the bone came out. Like when I was looking at these today, I didn't even realize that. I was like, oh my God, this is where they put the pins in. So I had 3 pins. I had 2 shoved in the front of my foot and then 1 on the side. So I couldn't wear a shoe for like 6 months. There was that also. Oh, there you go. You can see the pins. They look small there. They're not. And when they took them out, they didn't give me anything for it. No shot, no cream, nothing. They just had Dr. Hotness walk in. As soon as he walked in, I said, "Are you friggin' kidding me?" Because they all knew that I like couldn't say no to anything anyway, but especially if it was like a cute doctor, because I had some cute doctors. I was in the hospital, okay? Oh, and then the relationship thing, I need to come back to that too. So let me go back to that really quick. So the guy that I was seeing and he left 3 weeks before my accident. He got back with his ex. I'm in the hospital and he gets married. He got married. And I'm like, what? It was insane. It was so meant to be. I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for him. Thank goodness. But yeah, that's how it tied into that story. So they put these pins in. They have Dr. McHotness come walking in. And I'm like, really? Seriously, dude? Of course I was like, of course they're going to send you in. And he's laughing, he's having like fun. This is a good feet pick. So, this will cost money if anyone wants a copy of this. I'm just kidding. So he comes in, he's like, yeah, we're just going to take these out. And I'm like, okay. So then I'm thinking in my head, I'm going to wear 2 shoes. I'm going to be able to wear both shoes. Like I'm going to be like cruising, right? He takes the pins out and he's like, this lady will be in to put a cast on your foot, your leg, all the way up to your knee. I said, excuse me, sir. We didn't talk about no cast. He said, yeah, I think you need to wear one for 4 weeks. I said, we're not doing that. How about 2 weeks? I never said no either. And he was like, how about 3 weeks? I said, okay. So we were like, I was like, we're going to do 3 weeks. So we did 3 weeks. Because my foot, I was like, I am ready to wear a couple shoes. Oh, and there's my brain or my face. It's kind of the wrong way, but yeah. Let me see. Oh, that's a close up. So you can see like the metal right here under my eye. Like those things are all metal, and up here above it, down here in my chin. This is whenever I had the wires on my teeth. And they must have had a tube or something up my nose. Looks like. That looks scary. That looks scary as hell. That looks like a Halloween friggin' spookiness. There's the rods. These are pictures I took on the floor one day. But these ones are actually better than the other ones. I took these on 6/25/14. No, that's when these were like, this is when they were taken or done, I think. No, this is when they were taken. I don't know why they're all dated weird, but they are. But yeah, you can see all the breaks where they put the rod in. They literally just have you walk on a rod, broken legs. It took over a year for my legs to heal, like a year and a half. They're still not even healed. They're still like, they still get sore. I think it's with age, I'm getting sore. But there's my chin metal. I got metal everywhere. I'm surprised I don't beep when I go through the metal detector. So basically, if you guys are just now joining us, to give you a recap, we're talking about my car accident that I was in. I was the passenger. We hit a tree going 60. So if you times that by 2, because we hit a tree, the impact was 120 miles per hour. I was entrapped in the car for 2.5 hours. And we're going through some x-rays that I had, which they're going to do a new one on my face because he thinks that I have I went to my eye doctor, my ophthalmologist, and he was like, I'm going to do it on the opposite side, but he was like feeling like this and like, doing this thing. And I'm just sitting there and he's like, I think you have some like fractured bones in your face. How'd that happen? Hell if I know. I didn't know I had broken bones in my face. Like, I'm telling you, when you have no feeling, you just have no feeling. Like, I have a little feeling there, but like, I guess I don't feel them if they're broke. Oh yeah, that's just another little thing I put. So, I think there was more. That's my dad's little grave. I used to wrap gifts, if you're wondering why there's gifts everywhere. Oh, there's me and Vincent's first dog. I'll go down here and see if there's any more. Look at Vincent at my eye doctor. That's when look how small he was. Oh my God. He was so young. Look how cute. Sitting in the kid's chair. This was back from 2017. Oh my goodness. I'm a lucky woman. I think God was like, we took enough from this girl. We're going to go ahead and give her a good guy. Oh, look, there's a picture of me with my eye. It's not in. It's just clear. Sorry if I don't want to like, make anybody queasy. Oh, that's what I should grab. I should grab my eyes and show you what they look like. I have extra prosthetics. I think that might be it. Oh, look at our dog when we first got her. Oh, I still have this fireplace. I won't get rid of it. That's our old apartment. Why does it go back to that pillow? That's so weird. I'm selling those pillows actually at my shop. Maybe it's a sign. I think that was all of them actually that I had on here. Maybe we'll go down a little bit. I'm telling you, I don't delete a picture. I'm so bad about it. I need to like clean this up and, Okay, where were we at? So rehab basically it was good. I mean, it was good for me. I don't know. I think when I first got there, I didn't want to be there. To tell you the truth, my mom told me on like Thursday or Friday. I thought I was leaving on Monday. Like I was on drugs. I mean, let's be real. They had me on Dilaudid, right? I pressed a button every 10 minutes and I would pass out for like 3 minutes and then I'd wake up and I try to press the button again. And my mom's like, you just pressed it 3 minutes ago. And I'm like, damn, because I was in pain and I didn't know. I thought I was leaving though. I was like, oh, I'm getting out of here. So she's like, no. So she comes in and she has to be the bearer of bad news. And she's like, you have to go to rehab for your legs, for your arm, to transfer into your wheelchair. Like you're wheelchair bound. You're not walking out of here, Tanya. Like she had to like tell me that. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're not walking out of here. You've got to learn. And she's like, and I have to learn things. So we did the rehab. I did. They would give me, I guess they would go, the doctors would meet and they would do like little like goals for me for the day or whatever. There's me with an eye patch one. And this is like forever ago, 2017. But they would give me goals and I guess I was always just surpassing them. And I didn't know what the goals were because like they would do that in private. So I got to do things a lot faster. Like I was ready to get out of there. So I was so determined. Like we had to do shock therapy on my legs. I was down for it. Whatever you got to do. Put those space boots on my legs every night so that they'd like be like this because they were afraid my feet were going to drop. And my feet do like when I lay down, they do kind of like go like this a little bit. I don't know. They're not like straight up. They're just kind of bent. But they were like, I don't know. I was afraid that I was going to just not be able to keep my legs because before they put the metal rods in, she came out to me. She's like, we're going to try this. Like, it was like one of those, and my mom couldn't be there for this surgery. Like the one I needed her for, I mean, like, and it's not her fault. It wasn't her fault. She didn't drive. And my nephew, he was a baby and he was sick. So that like he had to be on breathing treatment. So it wasn't like, it was just like a bad time. Right. So my brother couldn't bring her up because he was busy doing the breathing treatments for Dominic and stuff. So it was just, I don't know. It was a thing. But she came out and told me, she's like, we're going to try it, blah, blah, blah. So we tried it. It worked, needless to say. I think that was all the pictures. Here's my legs. I think all these were my legs now. Like this was like forever ago. This was in 2017. So compared to this, I thought for sure scars everywhere, right? I had a plastic surgeon come in. I know I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I should have wrote this stuff down. And I had on like what are they called? Like they're the shorts that are like kind of a little bit longer, like board shorts or something. I don't know what they were, but I was wearing those. And when I would get cold, my scars would like increase a little bit. Like they'd bump up even more. It looked like, and they would turn like purple because like it looked like I had bad circulation, but I don't. I just, when I got cold, it would do that. And I remember him walking in and he was like, see, it went back to the pillows. That's so weird. He looked at my legs and he was like, what are we going to do about that? And I was mortified. I mean, I was like, what do you mean? He was like, we got to laser that. What do you mean? And I was like, you can do that? He was my favorite one of my favorite doctors because he was so direct with me, right? Like he was like, this is what we need to do, like with your face and all that. Like he really did a great job. Oh, here's this picture. This is when I first was at Dodd. Look at all those stitches. And look at my red socks. They changed them to yellow. I don't know why they did that. It's Ohio State. They should be red. These are my boots. When the nurses would come in, they would forget to put my boots on. They never did. I called them. And I'm like, you got to put my boots on. Come put my boots on. I think that might be all of them. There's probably more. Oh, this is the pictures of the apartment, not our apartment. They're old pictures of the apartment, though. Oh, there's where the dog chewed up my mom's shoe. Ha! That's funny now. It wasn't at the time. She was probably so mad. Her kids. She'd have been in style. Oh, those are our old desks. These are old. These are really old pictures. Those are pictures I showed you. Look at this. When you're on the verge of a breakdown, but you're trying to stay positive. I'm about to put that up on the wall on my community tab. Look at that girl. That's life right now, right? Look at her eye. I would even look like that too. Oh, there's my foot. This was where they stitched me up. But you can see where they cut me beside that. That's not a very good. That's a bad toe pick. Sorry, guys. There's where it's all wrapped up. Look at my toe. My toe's half painted there. Oh my gosh, our apartment was so bare. The TV wasn't even on the wall. Must have been when we first moved in. Yeah, that's because these are like pictures from the apartment. So it was when we, yeah. This is our old place right here because I remember that squirrel. Okay, I think that's all the pictures. But my mom had to end up coming up and doing rehab with me. So she had to come up and stay for 2 days and do the Lovenox shots or Lovenox, I think that's what they're called. The doctor was like, he's like, either you walk 500 feet a day, which is a lot more than you think when your legs are broken, in your arm. And he was like, or you have to do these shots twice a day. Like you can get blood clots. We can't have that. So they ended up giving my mom like this how-to, and she was so good at it. Like the first time she did it, I was laughing so hard and she was laughing and it was a mess. But after she did it, I was like, Mom, I didn't even feel that. Like I was like, you did better than the nurses. And I think that really made her feel good. Like because I just remember her smiling so big, like because I know that my mom felt really bad. There was nothing that she could do, right? She said one time whenever I got home, I was crying and I was having a meltdown because I would have them here after I left the hospital. That's when things got a little crazier because nobody came to see me. Like when I was in the hospital, people were there all the time. They were always coming up and seeing me, visiting. I mean, I had people in every hour, like rotating. As soon as I got home, not a soul, not a damn soul. And that's the God honest truth. Nobody. I thought I had, these great friends, which they are great. I love them. But but this was like, I needed them. And I had my mom. That's who had my back always. And I liked it that way. I mean, I liked having my mom's back just as much as she had mine, right? We were literally yin and yang. If it wasn't for her, she took such good care of me. I remember her saying, like, I was crying because I wanted my old nurse or something like that. And she was like, Tanya, you're not a little girl anymore with pigtails. She's like, I can't just kiss it and make it feel better. And like, it was so hard on her to not be able to do that. Right. And that's like so sad. But she did help me get back to health. Like she really did. Even if it was in a weird way, like, she'd be like, hey, do you want to walk to the, there was like this little convenience store thing. And it was like right in front of her apartment. So it was like 500 feet. It was literally like my 500 feet for the day. And I'm like, sure, I will go do it. And I remember I would listen to a certain song on my phone when I would walk, and it like the song, it would end when I got there, and then I'd play another song on the way back. They do try it. Moms are the best. And I miss her every minute of the day. Like she literally was my other person. She would never let you sing alone at, karaoke. She never let me do that. She would never let me dance alone. I have pictures of that. She really did help. And then 6 months after I left the hospital, I had all the metal put in. And actually, before I left, I'll tell you this. The first time I looked at myself was 2 weeks after I was in there. And I looked at my face, and on this side of my face, it looked like I was just drug on the concrete. Like it was just like all these little scabs. And I was like, oh my God, right? I'm going to be scarred. Like my whole face is just going to be scars. And so at the time I'm 28 years old, and I'm a girl that's everyone's like, you're so pretty. You look pretty, and like not being conceited or anything, but that's just how people like, they were like that with me. And, so when I was like seeing my face, I'm not recognizing myself, right? I have these braces on, my eyeballs gone. I mean, just road rash down my damn face. Not sure how that happened. I guess the airbag or something. Hell, I don't know. But there was like these baby wipes there, like chilling on the table. And I'm like, I'm gonna try to like just rub my face. And I started rubbing it and it just started flaking off. So what I think it was dry blood, maybe. And I thought it was scabs because it was just so much of it. And it just ended up coming off, and I was just like crying. I mean, it was one of those things where it was like, you know, it just changes you. And I've had surgery after surgery after surgery to get like this good. I know my eyes are not perfect, but they're perfect for me, right? They're mine. I bought this one and God gave me this one. So, you know, they're mine. You had shots in your stomach every day? Yeah. Thanks, Deborah. I am proud of myself. And this is what I'm especially proud of. I'm proud that I went out with class. I said this whole time, my friend Misty she was fired up. She was ready to like, Tyler wasn't going to be on this earth if it was up to Misty. Misty was like on it. So I got a lawyer, of course, that's what you do. Tyler had the minimum on his car, and at the time, the minimum was only $12,500. So, my hospital bills are more than that. For the first month, just me staying at Ohio State, this does not count surgeries or anesthetic. It was over $189,000 for 1 month, not counting surgeries or anesthetic. And not anesthesia is that's the most expensive thing there. So, and I went to sleep a lot. Like they put me to sleep a lot for no surgeries. So this, like I said, the state picked it up. The state charged him with, it was either 3 or 4 counts. I don't think I have that paper though, of it was felony vernacular assault. And I was like, well, I'm not going to. So then I was like, I was trying to talk to him. I don't know why I was trying to be so nice, but I was trying to be, and I was just trying to keep like my class and stuff about me. And I wasn't yelling and wasn't being mean. And I was asking him how he was and are you okay? Like things like that, because I knew he was in the military and PTSD. And at the time I didn't really know about the whole GUN thing. Like that came later. My brother told me later when I was healthier. But I ended up, after my lawyer took his fees. Let's put in the chat. Okay, let's play a game. Okay, put in the chat. You guys have heard all of my injuries now, right? It took me a month to learn how to walk, talk, go to the bathroom on my own. I mean, that was a whole thing. That's a whole other story. All the things. You've heard all that. Put in the chat how much you think I got monetary-wise for this car accident. Because, think of all the broken bones and the metal and the eyeball, removal. I'm just curious to see what you guys think. Because it would rock your mind. And I personally think that people should they should do something where like in 10 years, you go back to that person and you reassess their health. Because things happen years down the line. You don't know they're going to happen at the time. So you just take whatever they give you, right? You're just like, you want to be classy. You don't want to be trashy, right? You don't want to sue them, file bankruptcy. You look stupid because they file bankruptcy and you ain't getting nothing, right? Okay, so we got, Tina said 3,000, pretty damn close. Get you to a point, 10,000. I wish 20,000 one. I was in a car accident when I was 18, flipped a car 3 times. I got 20 grand for that. That was nothing. 200. That's about right. 5K, 500K. I wish. Oh, Betsy, I wish. I would buy Vincent. What would I buy? I'd buy Vincent something. I don't know. I don't know why. I would always think of him, but I would get him something cute. 3 million. Oh man, I wish. After the Lord, 25,000. Tracy said 5,000. Lifetime flex. I think that there should be something. Oh, I wish it was 800,000. Steve, I'd be buying you guys all stuff. We'd be cruising if I had that much money. So we went to court. I was harassed the whole time in court by his mother. She would try to sit by me. She would try to intimidate me. And I was intimidated. I would go in there by myself. I didn't have an advocate. My sister-in-law's a domestic. She was a domestic violence advocate. She would have went with me. I think she actually did end up going with me. I think she did. But they ended up like telling Mary Ann, his mom, she had to leave one time because the officer saw it, the security officer. Like, I didn't even say anything and he saw it. He was like, why does she keep trying to move towards you? I was like, she does it every time. So like, because like they had witnesses on the stand and stuff, and it was like a whole thing. And they had to subpoena me for my medical records. I didn't give them up willingly. I mean, I was trying to help this person any way that I could because I thought this can happen to anyone. I don't know. In my head, I was thinking that. I wasn't thinking about the long run. So I was supposed to get Invisalign, but then my teeth ended up going crazy. So I got, I think it was like 6,200. 6,800 altogether, want to say. So he was charged with 4 counts of vehicular assault. I think he blew over, but it was only, so you get to blow under 0.8 and he blew 0.82. So it was only 0.2 like over the limit. So like that was another thing. I was like, but then he was trying to say that I wasn't wearing my seatbelt and this is all this and that. And I was like, what are you talking about? Because when I called him the first time, I thought I was a distraction. I thought, did I distract him? Was I playing the music too loud? Was I singing? Was I being weird? You know what I mean? And I asked him all these things, like giving him an out, right? I was like, everything I could think of. I was like, was I rolling down the window and hanging out of the car? Like, what was I doing? And he's like, Tanya, you were doing nothing. You just were sitting there. I was like, oh. Right, Brooke? Yeah. I had to quit my job. I couldn't work. My whole life was changed. My whole life. I was literally in a wheelchair for 6 months, no eyeball for 6 months, no foot for 6 months to wear a shoe. And then 2 years later, I get a phone call from this random number. And I answer. I don't know why I answered, but I usually don't, but something made me answer. And it was this lovely lady, this lovely girl. She had dated Tyler. And I didn't date him. We were just friends. But apparently I know he did because I saw the pictures. He beat the shit out of her. So then here I go back to court. And this time I'm not that little, girl in the wheelchair with the eye patch on, freaking hunched over like this because I can't get my arms to unclench because I'm so freaking anxiety filled. I'm not that girl anymore. I'm back to standing up tall, wearing my heels if I need to. And I did that day. I don't usually wear heels, but I did that day. And I was like, we're going to go to court together and we're going to figure this out, honey. Because she knew that I knew him. She didn't know who else to call. And so I talked to her for like 3 hours. And then I met her the day of court, which was a few days later. And her mom came up to me and gave me a hug. And she was like, thank you. And I'm like, what? And because I guess I just did it out of my I just did it to be nice. And I care for people. And she's like, she finally slept the night that she talked to you. She's like, she didn't sleep for like 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, so your girl, because I knew Mary Ann was going to be there. I freaking hate that lady. I do. I don't like that lady. She's bully. So I knew she was going to be there. And so I walk into the courtroom and I open the door. I'm like, because no one wanted to go in first. I was like, I will. I didn't even think about it. I was like, just do it. And I opened up the door and your girl looked good too. She was dressed to impress, because you got to when you go to court. And I walked into my heels and the look on Mary Ann's face was bright. It was worth a lot of the stuff I went through. I'll say that. She looked at me like, that's her. Like, because I literally, like, my face was sunken in. They had to rebuild everything. So it took time. You know what I mean? It took years to like get like this. And there's still a couple of things I want to tweak. But yeah, she was like not loving that. And he did get charged. And she got her restraining order. And she ended up meeting a really good guy, and they got married, and she's really happy now, and she's doing good. And I last time I heard about him, he was just dating some girl and drinking beers like he's always has. So good luck with that, you know? And I'm over here just getting better and better. We're all getting better and better. I love this group of people that we have here. So I will read through this in case you guys just came. That way you guys know. It's only a couple pages of the accident. Let me grab my drink. Let me get my vape real quick. Hold on one second. I am in pain daily. Yes. I was going to tell you guys about that actually. So when I got home, the pain was just unbearable. I broke a screw in half in my leg. Who can do that? They're titanium screws, but they look like a wall screw. I wish I had them. I have them somewhere around here. I wish I had them to show you guys. But I was in my mom's friend's car, and she wasn't getting me out fast enough because like it was a 2-door, but it was like an SUV. So you had to like kind of hop down. And I hopped down not thinking about my legs. And I was like, ooh, it was only like this much of a hop. And I was like, that kind of hurt, right? By that night, I was dragging my foot behind me. I was in so much pain. It was like nothing could take the pain away. So I ended up going from taking Oxycontin. They had me on Oxycontin. They had me on the liquid when I went home because I still had my mouth wired shut. And then they put me on the pills. And then I stopped taking those, and they put me on the fentanyl patches. I didn't like those. They didn't work for me. I didn't feel any difference. I just felt pain. So I got off the fentanyl patches, and I just took Advil because like that's what I had at home. And it literally like just helped the pain. And I just started taking Advil after that. Like, I don't know. My body's weird. When it comes to medical like drugs, I can handle a lot. Like when they put me under for anesthesia, they're like when they come to give you like the good drugs, like the Valium and stuff at first, and they put like the saline through you, he's like, we got to give her more. She doesn't look that relaxed. I'm like, I'm not relaxed at all. Like, it's pretty funny, like, in a way. But I do have a lot of surgeries. That sucks. I am in a lot of pain when it gets cold. When the cold air hits my eyeball, my prosthetic, it feels like when I'm blinking, it feels like glass is just, it hurts. It hurts bad. I'm trying to tell you about let me think of my prosthetic. So my prosthetic is like a sphere. So it's like half of a football. That's what it looks like. It's not like a ball. It's like half of a football, and it's made of acrylic. And it's really cool because they put in like veins in there, and they put all these little like details in there to make it look real. After my accident, I did have some movement left in my eye, which was weird because I didn't know you could move a prosthetic like that. But you can. And over time it doesn't move as much. But I don't like taking it out. But when I take it out to clean it, like that's nice. Vincent will put it in for me. I can't put it back in myself. It's not as easy as you think. It's pretty tight spot. And I get nervous. I just do. It's if someone else is doing it, I'm usually pretty okay. But if I'm doing it, I'm freaking out. So there's actually a short video of me on my TikTok, and it's me, and I'm in the hotel in California, and Vincent's upstairs, like up the road, a quarter of the mile, maybe up the road, visiting his mom up on the hill. And I'm wearing these sunglasses because I decided to take my eye out to clean it, and I couldn't get it back in. And I'm just sitting there waiting on Vincent to come back. And I'm like, this feels weird. Like when they take it out, I want it back in after like a minute. It's something's missing from me. I can feel the air. I don't like that. I'll usually bring sunglasses with me if they take it out just so I can put them on because like, I don't like the air going in there. The metal rods in my legs hurt like freaking hell. The worst thing though, I think I'm going through now is just the dental part. So when they wired my mouth shut, I had no dental problems. They put these braces in that actually dug into your teeth. They like went in and like dug into your gums, and then they wired it. Like they weren't freaking around with my mouth. And instead of 6 weeks, they did 8 weeks. That was a bummer to be told we're not having surgery today. But then when I got them off, I mean, it was nice. Did Lucas oh, you mean that Tyler? He did, because he had marijuana in the car, which I knew he had that. Whatever. But I thought he left it at my house. I didn't know he had it in the car. I knew he had some though. But he was in there for a while. I want to say like a few months. Phantom pains, yeah, I do, and I get real bad headaches. Migraines are the worst. I have to get. You should. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh my gosh, I looked. One of my tests came back abnormal too, and I didn't know. That's why I was a couple minutes late tonight. I'm sorry, I was like 5 minutes late. I was calling them to leave them a message because I was like, oh my God, like I thought it said normal, and then I started reading more, and it said abnormal. Positive, and I'm like, so we'll figure that out, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So the dental part was what I was going to tell you about too. They've had to all of my back teeth, I think all of them, maybe 3. They feel full, so 3 have been taken out. I think they told me that I wasn't going to have wisdom teeth, but they're so far back. I'm pretty sure they were wisdom teeth, but they said I wasn't going to have them, but they did take those out. I only cracked 1. So I split 1 and broke it off. 40% of it was there. 60% was gone. So they're like, it's your back tooth. Let's just pull it. I'm like, okay, that's how this all started. So now that's the only thing that my insurance does not cover. It does not cover dental. It covers crowns, things like that, which is great, but I don't need a crown. I don't need a root canal. I need a permanent. I need 4 permanents. Not me saying that, that's the dentist. So I go on December 3rd, and it's going to be like, I don't know exactly, but I think it's going to be like $3,600. And yeah, I don't make that in 4 months. So I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to cross that bridge when we get there. I know Vincent will help me, in any way that he can. He's amazing. They wanted to, at my old doctor, my old dentist, they wanted to take out 6 of my top teeth. And I started freaking out. And I've never freaked out before on anything. I've never freaked out when they said I was going to lose my legs. I just did my prayer. I didn't freak out when I lost my eye. I didn't freak out until they said they were going to pull 6 teeth in one day. And I said, go get Vincent. And they went out and got him, and he come back, and they were like, he's like, well, he's an introvert and he's a numbers guy. So he's like, just give it to me straight. How much is it? What's going on? Right. You know what I mean? And they're like, it's going to be like 60-some thousand or something. Like, ain't nobody got money like that. Nobody has money like that. I'm like, oh my God, I barely have money to be doing this. So this one is loose. I just touched it. So this one beside my front tooth, it's loose right now. My crown is loose. So we thought it was just the crown, because remember the crown was coming up and I was going to get it replanted. The tooth, it's a little nubby. It's loose. So there's nothing that they can do. I have to get it pulled. They're going to pull it December 3rd. They are going to give me a flipper or whatever it is. Hopefully it matches my tooth a little bit. Hopefully it's not like bright freaking white or, brown or something, so it doesn't like match. But I have a feeling they'll make it really good there. They do really good work. So we'll see how so for the first couple of days after December 3rd, like maybe the 4th and 5th, I may not be on camera. I may be getting used to talking with that flipper in, and I just don't want to embarrass myself, but with it comes out. because that'd be embarrassing to me. My teeth are everything, and for them to be having problems, it's really gives me anxiety, but I try not to think about it. But when that one is constantly moving, I'm to the point where I'm like, just freaking pull it, right? Just pull it. Just just pull it. Let's get it over with, right? So the thing is, they pull it and then it has to heal for 4 months. 4 months. Say what? So I'm like, Vincent, are you going to be able to look at me? He's like, I'll be fine. He's great. I mean, he really is. Because I think you take the flipper out to eat and stuff. It's just I know another girl that's on the platform. She does other content. She does like Amazon finds and stuff like that. And she's gorgeous. And you would never think she has beautiful teeth, but she has all the same problems that I have, like root canals not working, having to get like permanents put in. So I've been following her journey a little bit, and it's crazy. I mean, it's expensive. Oh, and someone said earlier they said they just want to say that they were like proud of me and stuff. And I missed that message. And thank you so much for saying that. Trying to go back up, but I know I'm gonna not see it. Oh, thanks, Tiff. I appreciate that. Hey, for Fireflies. Welcome in, everybody, by the way. There it is. This was said. I just want to let you know how brave you are talking about this, especially with all the hate going around the tube. I appreciate you sharing. Have you gone back to the scene? So that's what I think I have. I want to, this is weird. I have a couple friends that are officers in the town. And I was going to see if maybe they could shut down, like just put their cars there with the lights on for a minute. I want to take pictures there, but it's such a dangerous area where like, I don't want to like get hit. Like, I mean, if in the daytime, I'd be fine, but I want to get them like at night. You know what I mean? Like I want to see, I know it's dark. It's just pitch black, but I kind of just want to go there. I feel like it could help me release that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have any hate in my heart or anything like that, which is like incredible. I don't hate Tyler at all. I hate the fact that I'm still going through all this stuff and it's going to just get worse. My body, I'm going to exercise. I exercise. I take care of myself for the most part. I really do try. My water consumption could be a lot better. I will say that, but I'm just trying to stay as healthy as I can because my skeletal mass, it even says on my phone, I have a scale that tells you all that stuff. It says that my skeletal mass isn't that great. So he did go to jail a little bit. Yeah. He went to jail for like, I don't know how long. I want to say it was a few months. I felt really bad that he went to jail, but thank you, Pointer Lover. She says, you are beautiful, brave, and strong. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the $20. Thank you. I love your dog. Thank you, you guys. You guys are so sweet. It's a lot. You get the PTSD. So I have the chronic PTSD now, right? Because of other things that happen. My father was killed in a car accident and I was like 10 cars behind it. I've had to do things that normal people don't have to do in their life. I mean, I guess it happens. But yeah, I feel like I literally feel like I've lived 3 different lives. Like, I feel like I lived this life when I was living with my parents and they had their house and we were kids and we were just riding our bikes and doing our thing till the sun went down and just that life, And then I feel like I had like my 20s where I was like 21 to 24. I was a little wild. And then I hit 30 and then this is like my new life. Like a whole different life. Don't drink, don't smoke, just chill. Try to. And I always have to remind myself, like, you're good. Like when you're so stressed out, it's hard to like think of the good things that you have, right? You know what I mean? Like you're just stressed out and you're just thinking of the bad things. Like I literally have to sit myself down and be like, look around you. Like there's not a spot on these walls that I could put something on. You know what I mean? Like it's beautiful. Vincent said it was small today. We do need a little more room. I think it's like 1,200 square feet. But yeah, no, like I am okay. I don't have to go out and get a job right now. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, Vincent's very good at like just letting me do my YouTube. And if I need a day off, he's like, whatever, take a day off. I'm harder on myself taking a day off than he is. I'm like, I'm going to take the day off. And he's like, okay. Like last night we hung out. It was fun. Natalie, I felt like that. I did. I felt like her little guardian angel. I was so happy that she could just like sleep that night. Like when her mom told me that, like, I do good things for people all the time. I do. I think that you should do good things. Like, and I'm not talking about like going out and like saving the world, but like holding the door open for somebody or something like that, right? Just empathy. I don't know, being just a good person. It's hard to find that on this app. I mean, anymore. It really is. Everyone's an asshole. I'm going to admit it. What does Nunya and them say? The F everyone squad? I feel like that. I feel like that. It is really hard. And, I wanted to come out and tell my story too, because I've heard a lot of people, ask me about it. And I've never really told you the whole thing. And I kind of wanted to tell you guys everything. And that's pretty much all of it. I mean, there's way more. I'm sure I did the shock therapy on my legs. That was crazy. Like they would like shock my legs. So every time they would shock them, they're like, pull your feet up like towards you. Cause I didn't get drop foot. I don't know if anyone has ever experienced drop foot. That scared the shit out of me, because when they said you're keeping your legs, but your feet might drop, it was just one thing after the other. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. not walking. So the wheelchair was fun. I mean, not really. It was terrible. I hated the wheelchair. But I was in it for 6 months. And when you're the smallest, teeniest girl in the world, like I was so small. When I was in the hospital, I went down because like I wasn't eating that much. I went down to 95 pounds. I was usually about 110, 115. When I got out of the wheelchair, I was 172. And I remember like freaking out. And my mom was like, you finally got your woman's body. And I'm like, this is some other woman's. I was like, this isn't mine. And it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. We laughed. We always laughed. And then I ended up moving, and my mom passed away a few months later when I was 30. And then I met Vincent 4 months later, and I just didn't leave him. He came over for a date and he never left. And I never left him. 10 years later almost. Can you believe that, guys? That's a long time. 10 years I've been with that man. And he gets better and better. I told him that today. I'm like, you get cuter and cuter with age. He's like, no, I don't. I'm like, yeah, you do. I hate that for me. I got to make sure. Yes, Ashley, he did. She said, pretty sure your mama handpicked Vincent and sent him to you. Like, I full-heartedly believe that. If my mom and dad could pick a guy for me, it would be him. I don't even know if they would pick someone as good as him, because I don't even know if they know people as good as him. He is so, like, he's so fragile in a way. I don't know. I said something about, this was a while ago. Someone told me that their boyfriend like put their hands on them or something like that. I saw it somewhere, heard it somewhere, I forget, but I told Vincent about it. And the way that he looked at me, I wish I could have taken like a video of it. He had that look on his face. Like, why would someone ever touch another person? Like, it was like not even something that he could comprehend. Like, he couldn't even comprehend it. And like, you know what I mean? Like, he's looking at me like, what? Like, he hit her. What? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm just like, I love that about him. I just do. Angels do exist, Dawn. I believe that. Your mom is probably around you too. I know my mom is. My mom, she passed away she went into the hospital because her blood pressure was high. She was very stressed whenever I left. I didn't want to leave. That's a whole other story I have to tell you guys about. But I had to leave. I left. And 3 months later, she was found on her bathroom floor, naked. And my mom was modest, very modest. Like, if I saw her naked, she's like, "Don't look at me." You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, "Mom, I need to see what I'm gonna be looking like when I get older." Like, she was just a very, like, modest lady. Her neighbor ended up finding her. My aunt's a nurse, director of nursing, so my aunt picked her up. They went to the hospital. Um, Within a week, her kidney or her organ started failing. So I found out about 11:37. I went from Upper Arlington over to Riverside Hospital. It's about 8-minute drive, which was great because, I was like, this is a lot closer than me driving all the way home. And I got there and I didn't know at the time what was happening. And then my aunt told me. I said, "Am I going to have my mom at the end of the day?" And my aunt was like, "No." So then I called my brother. My brother was working up there, so he was working at Ohio State. He's been building onto the hospital for years, and so he comes in rushing in and running to every doctor. "Where's my mother? Where's my mother?" I've never seen my brother like that. I would never wish that on anyone. And then I had to tell him, you know, it was sad, but we told her she did a great job, you know? I'm like, "You did this. You did like, look what you did." I said, she raised 2 really, really, really good people. I wanna say that. We're empathetic, we're passionate. We can be a little impatient, I guess me. Um, I can get a little grouchy at times, but for the most part, like, we're good people, right? We don't treat people bad. We don't break the law, whatever it may be. We do our thing. And that's what we told her, you know? We told her that. And I knew she was going to be with my dad, and he needs her up there because he couldn't do life without her. So, I know they're together, and that gives me comfort, you know? And then Vincent's dad passed during COVID, and I felt like he had me to kinda help him. He was way better with his emotions than I was, but I know he still thinks about him all the time. We have a picture of his dad actually in our kitchen. Thanks, Bree. Yeah, my mom was she was an angel on earth. Like, really, I was blessed. I was so blessed, and my dad was funny and goofy, and he was like a teenager. You know what I mean? He was like a big kid. Like, he just wanted, even when I was little, he wanted to color or play a game or, just he always wanted to interact with me, and my mom too. And that's probably why I act the way that I do, because I had such a good upbringing, right? We weren't rich, we weren't poor, but we were happy, you know? And then 22 happened and my dad passed away and all hell broke loose, I feel like. But I do love the fact that, you know, they sent me Vincent because I know that they did. I know they did because I don't even know if they could pick out someone as perfect as him. He's probably listening right now smiling. Actually, he's probably sleeping on the couch. Probably fell asleep. Right, Ashley, yeah. I mean, my mom drank. And then after she would drink like 2 beers a night. In the bathtub, she was a server for 18 years. So she would soak in the bathtub and get maybe like a lottery ticket and just scratch it, like a bingo one, like a longer one. And she'd just scratch her lottery ticket, drink her beers. It was nothing like then she'd come out, make my dad's dinner. My dad would have a couple beers and then that'd be it. Then my dad died and my mom almost died 3 days after his funeral. She was in a coma in the hospital. She was really sick. She was septic. She had jaundice. She had a trach put in. It was a whole thing. She was in the hospital for 72 days in a coma, or over 72, but she was in the coma for 72. So then when she got out and she got healthier again, she started drinking, but it wasn't just beer and it was more, and she was hiding it. Like she wasn't hiding it good. Like she would walk by me. Let me find something here, like this plant. Act like this is like a beer. She would walk by me and she would like put it like this. Like I can see it. I can see it in your hand. Why are you hiding it from me? I'm 20 some years old. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm in my mind psychologically, I knew it was bad, but we would try to talk to her. I got her to quit smoking. I did do that. But we couldn't get her to stop drinking. And then she introduced vodka, and not like good vodka, like the stuff that you get at the gas station with the handle, the red bottle. We all know it. We all have drank it. Chamancha, whatever. I don't even know what it's called, but it's called like a weird name. And I know we've all drank that before we were 21. That was probably the alcohol we drank. But she would get like that, and then she would start drinking both. And I think that's what contributed to the failure of her organs. So, or even maybe because she wasn't drinking in the hospital. I don't know if my aunt told them. I wish I would have known more, but it was so fast. Like the night before my mom died, I was talking to her. She had like a little breathing thing on, but that was it. She wasn't hooked up. She wasn't IV'd or nothing. Like she might have been getting flus, but I don't even remember an IV. And I remember I thought she said, "I love you" in the mask. And I was like, "Oh, I love you too, Mom." And she took the mask off. She's like, "That's not what I said. I said I need to go to the bathroom." She had a catheter in. She did have a catheter in. Because my aunt was like, "You have a catheter. You could pee right here." And it was just, it was kind of funny. It was like, because I thought she said she loved me, and we laughed about it. And then it was like around 11:30, she finally fell asleep. Something told me, don't let her see you walk out that door. Like, I don't know. I don't walk out the door until she's asleep. So I waited till she fell asleep. And then me and my aunt went down to the Subway, and we got food, like the cafeteria there, Subway. We got food and we talked and we ate, and everything was fine. I went home. The next day I went to work. I was working at Cheryl's Cookies. I was a little cookie girl. And I called my aunt just to see how my mom was doing. And she's like, "You need to get here now." What? I'm at work. What happened? You need to get here now. So I told my boss, I got to go. She's like, "I'll drive you. We're shutting down the store." Because I didn't drive at the time. So I was just going to take a cab. 59. Oh, Braun, I'm sorry. Yeah, my mom was 62. I'll never forget her 60th birthday. She made us all stay up till midnight, me and my friend Matt, dancing with her and hanging out. And she didn't want to turn 60. It was hard. You know what I mean? But I'm glad I was able to be there. I'm glad I was able to be there. I'm glad she had a child that was able to be there for her all, you know what I mean, as much as I was. Like, you couldn't take us apart. Things would happen and people would try to like get, us apart. And we weren't like enabling each other, bad relationship or anything, but it was just like they wanted to separate us. And it's like, why? We're doing good together. We're a team. She needs me. I need her right now. We're good. I remember when I first got to my mom's, the first night I walked into her new apartment, and it just, that smell of home. It doesn't matter where your parents are. They could be in a cardboard box, but it's their smell, that smell that just their house smells like. I don't know how to explain it. When you smell a home, it just makes you relax. And I remember I slept with her because she didn't have an extra bed. So she has a California King. I got it for her a long time ago. So she had that big bed and we slept in it. And I remember I had not slept that good my whole life. I woke up and my whole eyes were crusted shut, like completely shut. I couldn't even open them. And I was like, I have not slept that good ever. Like ever, ever. I remember I slept with her like 2 nights in a row too. I was like, I'm sleeping with you again. I'm sorry, Scotty. We did. We had a really good relationship. We had a funny relationship, like, what are you going to do? Kind of like type thing. Yeah, smell of home. And that's, my mom was like, "I hate this apartment." And I would tell her, I'm like, "I don't care where you live. It's just your home." Like even she got like new stuff, it would just still smell like her. It was just warm, cozy. When you walked in, you just felt like you were at home and you just felt good. It didn't matter. Right. And so, yeah, I had a good mom. I had a really good dad. And so far, I mean, I can't complain, right? I can't complain. Your dad at 47 too. I know, my dad at 47. My brother, I think, is 48 now. And like, I look at him sometimes and I'm like, I get, what I mean? I just get scared, but I mean, he's fine. He's great. But like, I just get I'm just like, he's the same age. He's so young. Like when my dad passed away, I was 22. I knew he was very young, right? But when you're 40, it's a little different, right? You're like, that's really young, super young. Um, I miss him though. I still crawl up in bed with mama when I stay over there. My stepdad, Carl, doesn't even say anything. He just automatically goes to the guest room and me and my mom and sister sleep with mom. Oh, that's so sweet. That's really sweet. Oh, Marcella, that's so nice that you still have your mom at 68. We had some people in here that their parents were like pretty, pretty up in age. Um, what was her name? I can't think of her name. She used to come in all the time and her dad turned like 96 or something. Remember that? I know Ashley probably remembers. And we like put the picture up. They had ice cream together. We haven't seen her in a while. I'm like, hmm. Your mom is only 56. Ashley, she's young. She's young. My mom was young, you know? It's crazy. Just too young. I'm almost as old as my dad when he died. It's crazy. Yeah, isn't that crazy, Thistle? Just to think about it. Your grandma almost made it to 100. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. The stories. Your mom died at 83. Wow, you had her for a while. That's and like that's what I consider. I just tell myself this to make myself feel better. Maybe I only had her for 30 years because she was that good. She was just that good of a mom. Like maybe she taught me everything. I literally knew everything about her. I knew her high school boyfriend's name. I knew my aunt's high school boyfriend, her high school boyfriend's name. My mom told me everything because after the fire, we didn't have nothing. We had 2 lawn chairs in the house, a table like a dinner table that you put like a TV dinner table. And we had these 2 big windows and we would look out and just like people watch and we would talk. We talked about everything. The good, the bad, the ugly. She told me about how she tripped out on acid. Someone put acid in her beer. My mom didn't know. She said she looked down at the gas pedal and it was a skeleton and she freaked out. She was in her mom's station wagon. She told me everything. I mean, like funny stories, right? Like things like that. She was like, "Oh, I didn't know. I was freaking out. The trees were doing this and that." Like, and it was funny because I was 27, 28 when she told me these things, right? Like I was old enough to, be able to like laugh. And she put up with my dad. I don't know how she did that. But I will tell you a good story about my dad before I jump off here. My dad actually, a priest, if you're a priest, you have to perform 3 miracles to become a saint. And my dad was this priest, 3rd miracle. My dad was, I need to find the newspaper clippings. I don't know. My brother might have them, or maybe I can get them online. But my brother was, or not my brother, I'm sorry. My dad was hit by a car back in the 60s when he was like 3 years old. And the cars in the 60s were metal. It hit him. They thought he was going to die. So they had brought the priest in to do like the prayers, like the final prayers, or do the prayers over him. And he had like the little like things out across his pillow, and he's doing all the prayers and stuff like that. And I'm not a big spiritual person. This is all in writing though. This is all out on the internet. But my brother, not my brother, he's my brother. My dad ended up like a couple days later, he woke up and he started like just getting better and better and better and better. Didn't lose his eyesight, although he had glassite in his eye, which is crazy because it was the opposite eye of mine. But yeah, so that priest became a saint because he did that prayer over my dad, and then my dad, ended up surviving and everything. And I'm just like that. Like when I saw those articles and stuff about it, and my mom was telling me about it when I was like a teenager, I'm like, this is really cool, right? Like who do you, because my dad was like a little badass, right? Like you wouldn't think that he would help a priest become a saint. So I thought that was pretty cool. I can't remember his name, the saint name, but I'll have to look up the articles. And welcome in everybody. Oh no, Casey. He's currently in Key West. And he didn't amputate his legs? Wow. Is that pulmonary? See, that stuff like really like silent killers is what gets me. You know what I mean? I'm just like, don't you be getting me. Because I do have like PTSD, OCD. I'm hyper vigilant. I'm gonna let y'all know what I got. Anxiety, depression. I don't sleep, so I have insomnia, ADHD, and autism. Wow. That's a lot. That's like 2 hands worth of stuff. So if you think, yeah, I mean, if you need any help with any of those things, let me know. I treat everything, and I meditate when I need to. I try to, but yeah, I mean, and everybody has their their problems. I just wanted to bring mine kind of on the platform, let you guys all know, like, hey, this is me, this is who I am, this is what happened to me. You're not you're not like you're if you're a victim of something, you don't have to be, right? You don't have to be a survivor. I don't know why I don't really like that word. Um, and you don't have to be, I don't know, you can move on and live a good life even if something tragic happens, right? And I'm a good example of that. Every day I still wake up, I still do what I need to do around the house. I still come on and do my online with you guys. Um, and you guys are what keeps me going, really. I mean, you guys do. Not like, not like I would do something myself if I didn't have you guys, but you know what I mean? You keep me motivated. You keep me wanting to bring new content. You make me want to come on and do my lives because I know that you guys are going to be here in the chat, hanging out, like talking to each other while I'm like, before I come on. It's a great community and I couldn't do it without you guys. I mean, I could, but then it'd be boring, right? If you guys weren't here, that'd be real boring. I wouldn't like that. I love everybody has a different personality and we all bring it just here. Yeah, we have good mods here. We got Baby Girl, Ladybug, Mary Beth. We have good mods. We have good people in the chat. And I don't know. We have a chat that you don't see a lot on YouTube. There's no bickering. There's no arguing. There's no echo chamber, right? If you guys don't agree with me, y'all tell me. And I love that. I love it when someone doesn't agree because then you can talk, right? You can talk about like, okay, well, what do you think then, right? If it's not something completely off off in crazy land, I'm totally down to debate or talk about a subject, right? And I like our group. You're welcome, Marcella. Oh, the chat just skipped. She said, you're amazing. And this community is absolutely amazing. Best chat on YouTube. It really is. It really is. You guys make it a good chat. I know. Yeah. I used to say that too. I told my brother that. I was like, I'm an orphan. I'm the last one in my blood, like my bloodline. So like, if I don't have a kid and name it my last name, there's my cousin Mike, but he's not going to have any kids. Like, I don't think he hasn't yet. He's older than me. So I don't know. I'm like, I don't want my legacy to not live on. Me too, Pointer Lover. I'm so glad you're here. Oh, thanks, Tracy. I really try to be transparent. I either don't sleep or I'm borderline narcoleptic. Oh my, that's me. Vincent's like, you are crazy. You can sleep sitting up. And I'm like, sometimes it just feels good. Okay. I have curves in my back. I have one in my upper right, my lower left, and then in the middle, I have a 16-degree curve. They're not fixable. We just got to be managing. So I do have a handicap placard they gave me. Oh my God, so embarrassing. So where I live, they have like, usually like you'll have like a couple parking spots or a few for like handicap. But where I live, there's like 20. And I don't know why there's so many. And then there'll be like Purple Hearts or, like all this stuff. So I was telling my doctor about it because I was having foot pain. And he was like, well, I'm just going to give you this placard. And I had it for a year. And then I called them and I was like, okay, it like ran out. I don't know what to do. And they're like, we're just going to give it to you for another 3 years. Well, I'm 40, so I'm going to have it till I'm 43. I guess I'm just going to keep it forever. The only thing I could say is great parking. I can get great parking that way. Hey, Tempest. But it does help me. I mean, the walking is, I don't know, I should walk, but sometimes it hurts to walk. Like it hurts my shins. It feels like shin splints. That's the best way to like, easiest way to like, explain it. And they just come on really quick. But my left wrist is really good. We took the metal out. I'm so good with like opening jars and stuff still. Vincent actually brings me the jars when we do like spaghetti or something. He's like, can you open this for me? I don't know why I'm so strong, but I am. Like I've got like really good, like my left side strong. Oh, thank you so much, Mary Beth, for gifting a membership. Oh shit, let me go on the other side. I wanted to go over here. Is this unfiltered? Okay, yes. So I'm going to gift out, I already gifted out my memberships on Titanium Built for the month, but we haven't gifted them out on unfiltered. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to gift out 5 memberships now. Tina got one, Jackie got one, Tammy got one, Maria, and Tracy got one. Okay, let's do 5 more. I was going to say the other 5 were later, but we'll do them now. Because I always forget and I want to make sure we do them on this channel. Because I'm going to come over to Unfiltered a lot more too during the day. Ashley, you got a membership. Starfire, Harley Rider, Reba got one. Just Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. Okay. We gave out 10. Awesome. I guess I could read this paper out really quick. Okay, so I'll read this out really quick just so we could say that we read it. I don't know what. Okay. So on February 9th, 2024, at approximately 0255 hours, I was dispatched to the scene of a 1-vehicle injury crash on State Route 28 in Ross County, Ohio. I don't live there anymore, so I could say that. Deputy Mosley of the County Sheriff's Department and the member of the Twin Township Fire EMS were on scene upon my arrival. I observed a silver Honda Civic, gives the license plate, crashed into a tree and utility pole off the right side of the roadway. I observed a third male subject standing by the vehicle and a female passenger that was entrapped in the front passenger seat. Deputy Mosley advised that the male subject was driving the vehicle when the crash occurred. Well, obviously, I'm stuck in the car. Couldn't be me, right? Oh, wait, am I on the wrong page? I am. Let me get back over to you guys. I'm like, I'm on the wrong page. Okay. I made contact with the subject and identified him as Tyler S. Gossman. Mr. Gossman advised that he was driving the vehicle when he lost control and traveled off the roadway. I immediately detected the odor of an alcoholic beverage emitting from Mr. Gossman. Prior to performing a consent pat down for weapons on him, I asked Mr. Gossman if he had any guns, knives, or weapons on his person. Mr. Gossman replied, I got this pistol with me, and removed a small Derringer-style pistol from his front pants to give to me. Mr. Gossman did not attempt to aim the weapon and kept the muzzle facing towards the ground. I immediately took the pistol from him and observed the weapon had bullets loaded into each of the 2 barrels. Deputy B. Smith with RSCO searched Mr. Gossman a red and blue glass smoking pipe with burnt residue. I didn't know this. So he was like outside of the car fucking smoking. Was located in his right front pants pocket. I secured him in the rear seat of my patrol car and collected the glass pipe as evidence. While Mr. Gossman was seated in my patrol, I advised him of his Miranda rights. He then advised that he was taking the passenger to her house in blank, Ohio, from a bar in Ohio. He advised that his whole body hurt, but he did not believe that he had hit his head in the crash. Mr. Gossman advised that he had consumed a couple of beers earlier in the evening. Now, remember, while I'm reading you this, I'm currently entrapped in a car. With Mr. Gossman facing away from my overhead strobe lights, I performed the horizontal gaze, I don't know how to say that word, but test on his eyes. I observed that his eyes were bloodshot and glassy and his eyelids were droopy. I observed 6 Qs, HGN, and vertical, whatever. I instructed Mr. Gossman to count backwards from 47 to 32. He began to count backwards from 46. I would say that too. I explained the instructions again and told him to start over. Mr. Gosman counted from 47 to 42 and then skipped 41 before counting from 40 to 32. The last task I asked him to perform was to recite the alphabet from the letter D to the letter R. He performed the task as I instructed him to do. Union Township EMS responded to the scene of the traffic stop and transported Mr. Gosman to Adena Regional Medical Center. I didn't go to Adena. Well, I got blood there, but they're not a trauma 1. I had to go to a trauma 1. I was up in the airplane. My brother was like, you just took the most expensive ride to Ohio State. I was like, yeah, you're right. The passenger identified as Tanya. The front dash was pushed back due to the impact with the tree into Miss Bradbury, legs. Tanya would eventually be extracted from the vehicle by the Twin Township Fire and Rescue due to the severity of her injuries. Due to the severity of her injuries, a medical helicopter was requested to transport Miss Bradbury. The helicopter was unable to transport her due to weather conditions. That's because they took me in EMS to there. Where we're at. Miss Tanya was transported by ground to Adena Regional Medical Center by Twin Township EMS. And I remember the guy, he was actually a friend of mine. I thought I was going to die. Okay. That's what I'm going to say. But I was when they put me into the back of the ambulance, I guess I said something like, well, you're really cute. And I tried to get his number and he's like, I knew him. Like I personally knew him. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. So then it says, the passenger was identified as me. The front I already read that. Sorry. It says me, Miss Me. Injuries included a broken jaw, right eye socket, loss of her right eye, and both legs were broken. That's all that. That's just them looking at me. Oh my goodness. I responded to Adena to obtain a statement from Mr. Gosman. Tyler. He advised that he was consuming alcohol with me at a bar in Chillicothe. He advised that he consumed 2 or 3 beers, but could not recall what time he stopped drinking. He advised that he had the pistol for his own protection. What you need protecting from? You're military. 1, 2. I mean, I've seen him fight. He could fight. We used to fight together, every time me and this guy, we would go like we'd go watch the Super Bowl or whatever it may be. And me and him, if we had drinks, we were fighting. That should have been like my first instinct, right? Like, okay, every time I have a drink with this dude, I fight with him. But I did. It says here that he advised that he had a pistol for his own protection. Tyler advised that the glass pipe had been left in his vehicle by a friend. Why would you put a glass pipe in your pocket? It usually would have residue from weed in there, burnt weed. So that smell would get in your pocket and it would stink really bad. You wouldn't do that. Not a normal person. Tyler denied smoking marijuana. And I'll bet you he was out there smoking. He had time to smoke, get the gun out of the car. What about me? Hello? I never got that answer. I guess not. I guess I probably never will. At 0425, I read and showed Tyler a copy of the BMV form. Mr. Tyler consented to a blood test and voluntarily provided a sample. The blood specimen was packaged and mailed to the crime lab. I transported the pistol, the bullets, the glass pipe to the Chillicothe Patrol Post. The pistol and the bullets were packaged and placed in temporary evidence locker, and then they mailed the pipe to the crime lab. Upon completion of blood analysis, charges will be forwarded to the Ross County Prosecutor's Office for direct indictment. Damn, I don't ever remember reading that before. That's like, they ain't messing around. They're pissed. And then it says here that they're processing the scene. Miss Bradbury was still in the hospital at this time. This crash report was completed. I will contact Miss Bradbury. Sorry, I said my name. After her release and determine if victim/witnesses apply. It doesn't matter. My name's already out there. And then it says vehicle damage, Unit 1, 2010 Honda Civic, severe damage to front of vehicle, front bumper, hood, and engine compartment pushed back into passenger compartment. Front airbags were deployed. Heavy damage to left rear door panel and left rear quarter panel and striking utility pole. Towed from scenes to Pinwells. Everyone goes to Pinwheels. Every car. They make so much money. Road conditions, dry pavement with pavement markings, dark, not lighted roadway, no participation at the time of crash. Crash occurred on straight downhill graded roadway. They have photographs. They have measurements that they took. I wish they had a better picture. Skid mark began. So if it's a skid mark, it shows that he was trying to stop. I really don't know why we went so far. We were just cruising for a bruising. Hey, cupcakes. Tempest said I dated a crazy military guy who slept with a gun under his pillow. I think some of the training made him nuts. He wasn't crazy when we were kids. Yeah. No, I think Tyler's like that. And I don't blame him because he did watch his he always wears a bracelet. He always wears this bracelet. I bet you to this day he still has it on. And it has his best friend's name on it. I think his name was Brandon. What are they called? Those like explosives, IUD or something like that. That's what got him. Tyler was there and he was a medic and that was his job to help save his life and he couldn't. And it really messed him up. I know it did. And that's it. That was another reason why I was like not trying to be hard. You know what I mean? It was the morphine. It could have been. Oh, Tracy. Thank you for being here. Thanks everybody for being here. You're welcome, Tammy. You're welcome. IEDs. Thank you. I think IUDs for women, isn't it? After I said that, I was like, I think that's for women. So I know he had severe PTSD. I just know it. Like, you know what I mean? Like he didn't have to tell me for me to know it. I met this guy at a bar. He just got back from the military. He was a loudmouth. I was a loudmouth at the time. I'm very introverted now, but I was very extroverted. And I forget he said something. And I was sitting at the table like beside him with my friends or something. And he said something and I looked at him and I made like a smart ass remark back, you know, and that's how our friendship just started. We just became friends. Yeah, everyone watch the replay. Don't forget. I do medical flowers. It's better than, that's what I do. I do medical and they have me on medications, which it's a tug of war with the medications, right? This is kind of personal, but I'll tell you, like when you're 40 and you don't have kids, right? You start to think like, okay, do I want kids? But in order for me to do that, I would have to go off of 11 medications. Actually 12 or 13 if you count my iron and if you count the vitamins, I'm one. So, and that terrifies me, right? I mean, that terrifies me. So I don't know, just something I think about. And thanks guys for listening. I appreciate it. And thanks for being here. I kind of said my name earlier, but that's okay. I'm not even going to edit it out. We're good. If you Google me anyway, I'm like right on Google because I have no business. But I wanted to just actually tell you guys, this is his words. I was going to read this to you. I don't know how many, let me see. It's not that long. So it says here, what happened? And he said, I went out drinking at the dock. We left. She was really drunk. Well, hell yeah, I was. You told me I could drink. You said, drink as much as you want. I'm going to have a beer and drive you home. That was the whole point of going out, was for me to get drunk. Because I'm not like get drunk, but you know what I mean? Just to have a good time. Like I hadn't been out in like 6 months. Like it was crazy how long I'd been out. I was taking her home. I was not familiar with the roads. We went down the same road to get there. I came over the hill and lost control, then hit the tree. Approximately how fast were you going? The speed limit through there is 55. So he put 55 through 60. Were you wearing your seatbelt? Yes. Were you distracted by anything while driving? And listen to what he freaking said. So remember earlier, right? I called him and I promised this on everything in my whole life. And I called him and I said, I gave him an out. I said, was I trying to get in the back seat? Did I have the window down? Was I blasting the radio, singing the songs, jamming, dancing, doing all the things? Was I doing any of that? I said, was I trying to make out with you? I mean, I literally was trying to give this guy an out because in my mind, I'm like, how did this happen? How did this happen? And he's like, no, Tanya, you were just sitting there. Those were his exact words. You were not doing nothing but just sitting there. To the officer, I have it highlighted from forever ago. Were you distracted by anything while driving? Her yelling. Why would I be yelling? I'm drunk. I'm a happy drunk. Unless you give me tequila. Like, what? Her yelling? I haven't seen yelling yet. And then it said, what injuries do you have? Right knee, left shoulder, left hip, left side of my neck. Got a little whiplash. That's what it sounds like. And then it says here, how much alcohol did you consume tonight? I didn't drink at the second bar we went to. I had a few drinks at the dock, maybe 2 or 3 beers. Who was with you? Me and the passenger. And it gives my name. Were you and Tanya drinking alcohol together? Yes, we went to the bar together and I was with her. I was her ride home. Right there. We went out together and I was her ride home. You shouldn't have been drinking anymore. I didn't see the other 2 beers. I saw 1 beer. I probably saw the other 2, but I just assumed it was the first one because I wasn't really, tell you the truth, like I was paying attention to him because we were talking and hanging out, but I had all my friends there. Like it was, when you go to this bar, everybody, like, I could close my eyes, have a mask on and tell you to this day where people are sitting and what they're drinking. It's like, it's kind of like Cheers. Everyone knows your name. It says, what time did you consume your last alcoholic beverage? I honestly don't know. What caused you to lose control of the car? I didn't expect the hill to be that steep. Were you read your Miranda rights? Yes. Why would you have the gun in your pocket? My personal safety. From who? He didn't have it in his pocket at the bars. He cannot go into a bar with a gun. He knows that. He's military. He knows that. He did not have that gun on him in the bars. I would have seen it, right? Like a gun sticking, I would have seen that. So why would you need your personal safety? Is there a deer out there? A mountain lion? We live in Ohio, right? Thank you, Mary Beth, for gifting a membership. I don't know who got it. I don't know which one I'm on. Well, whoever got it, welcome on in. Really don't qualify for adoption? I thought about adoption. I literally, like, when I was a teenager, I told my mom that, I don't know why I told her this. I didn't know any Asian people at the time. We had one Asian family in our whole town. Those kids were cute. The girls were beautiful. The boys were so handsome. But I told my mom, I said, I want to adopt an Asian baby. I don't know why I said that. I was like 16, 15 maybe at the time. And now I'm with a guy that's half Japanese. Works out. It worked out. But I just think little Asian babies are the cutest. I thought about freezing my eggs just because, why not? And then it says, where did the marijuana pipe come from? I gave one. I forgot he wrote this. This lying son of a bitch. I highlighted it, but I forgot about. See, I packed this stuff away and I didn't look. Where did you get the marijuana pipe from? Do you remember he said it was one of his friends over here in this paperwork? Okay. But now it's changed. I gave one of Tanya's friends a ride home. I didn't even smoke at this time. I guess the friend. Oh, wait, hold on. I guess the friend. All right, I gave him a ride home and I guess he left it in my car. So it's a him. I don't know who this person is. There was nobody in the car unless he's a ghost, unless it was Casper. You didn't take any of my friends home. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I clicked it. Oh, I picked it up and put it in my pocket to keep anyone else from finding it. Do you smoke marijuana or any other devices? Or did you, all right, did you smoke any marijuana or other drugs tonight? And he said no. Well, I think you smoked the marijuana personally while you're waiting on the cops to get there with your gun. You could have offered me a hit off the pipe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting there probably freaking out. You could have like at least been like, hey, you want to hit off this pipe? I'll give you. I'm just kidding. It says, do you take any medications? And he says, no, I take Ambien sometimes, but not today. Would you like to add anything to your statement? And he said, no. And that's it. That's the end of his statement. Oh my goodness. What a trip he is. Yeah, they tested him, but he only blew like 0.82. I think it's by the time they got him to the hospital to test him. I don't think they tested him at the scene, which they probably should have. Because it's right here, like all the testing. And it says that it was 0.82 grams by weight of alcohol. And then they were still waiting on the test to come back for the marijuana. I think they got that thrown out because something about the seal was broken on the vial of blood or something. There was something with that. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this was like a full-on trial, like court case. And I had to go because, I mean, I wanted to be there for him in the beginning because I felt bad. But then towards the end, when his mom was bullying me and all that stuff, I was like, you're on your own. I'm bringing my own reinforcements. I'll get my sister-in-law and she'll beat everyone's ass in here, including me. They're like, I'm just like, it was crazy. It was just a crazy part of my life. It made me who I am today, though. I'm more empathetic. I feel like I have more passion for people. I care more. I love harder, which could be bad, but it's usually not. It's usually a good thing. But there's just some things, like that are harder for me to do. Some things are like, I don't know, easier. But at the end of the day, I'm not in a wheelchair anymore. I can walk around. My face I look good. Like, I mean, they did a good job on the reconstruction of my face. They made me look, like I did before. And I had great doctors. I did. I had great doctors and great nurses. Thank you, PA, for the $1.99. You're such an amazing person. She said, thank you so much. Hey, Swoop. Yeah, it can be gone. It's so fragile. It is. And that's what I don't know. And I think that's like another thing. That's why I always like to come on too at night. Because I'm like, but if I don't go on, like, what if someone's lonely and they like need me to talk to? Like, so that's why I'm always like, I'm like, I just did not feel good last week. You know me. You know how I'm always down with the get down to come on. And I was just not feeling very good. You're welcome, Shauna. I don't know if it was me or Mary Beth. Welcome in, everybody. Well, I think I'm going to jump off here. Let's see if anybody's out there doing anything on the live streets tonight. Because they'd be crazy sometimes. Live tab. Oh, it's me. Brittany's live and say, oh, a tangled web we weave. She's like this little person. I don't know. It just makes me laugh. We got Queen Bee going over Bullhorn Betty. Oh my goodness. I can't stand Bullhorn Betty. I can't do that. I haven't watched her since we reviewed her the last time. I can only review her. I'm just looking at, I don't know anybody on the live tab tonight. I guess everybody's taking the night off. I guess it's kind of late too. It's late even for us. I think Vincent will probably be sleeping by the time I get out there. Thank you, Tina. Thank you. Right, Tempest. I know. I feel bad that they don't. What? Not Shauna, not Julie's husband, right? That's the only Al I know. Who's Big Al? Or is Big Al like the guy that would go on panel? Okay, not Julie. I was like, oh my god, that would be like terrible. But I mean, still terrible. So is it Al, the guy that used to go on like he was really, really sweet and he would go up on panel and he used to go on Brittany's channel? I can't think of. I'm about to go over there and look, see. Seems like she's talking about Betty. Let me know. It was him? Oh my goodness. That is so sad. He was so nice. Oh my goodness. Wonder what happened. He was so nice. Like he would get on Brittany and stuff, because that was his thing that connected him to, them. But oh my goodness. And thank you, Ladybug. Thank you. Love you too. Best channel on YouTube. Yeah, what happened to him? Do you know? His sister wrote a letter to Queen Bee, and I guess he passed away on November 2nd. Oh my goodness. Hey, PJ. Big Owl that went on the panels passed away. That's so crazy. Oh my goodness. I guess he passed away. He was so nice. Not that that matters, but he was like a nice voice to listen to, like when there was so much like mean and hatefulness, he kind of would step in and just brighten it up a little, even if he was talking bad, his voice just made it better. You heard heart attack with that second hand. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. I hope he wasn't alone. That's my fear. My fear is Vincent goes before me. He was a sweetheart. And even his channel's been taken down. Oh my goodness, that's so sad. Oh, I'm not gonna go look because I'll see it's not there. Oh, that's so sad. I heard this was a CJ passed away too, the creator. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Everybody take care of yourself. Because that's sad. We had a member, a friend and a subscriber that passed away on this channel. I miss Heels too. Heels would come into my chat. She knew I wasn't drama. She was the first creator that actually like reached out and talked to me and was like, hey, like, I'm a creator too. I don't know. Like she just was really nice to me. She was like just different with me. Like she was a drama creator, but she would come in here and she would always be like, hey Tanya, I'm listening in while I'm like, eating breakfast or whatever. And she would listen to my like show. And I'm just like, oh, that was just, it meant a lot to me because she's in a different sector, so like for her to want to come over and watch true crime and watch my channel, I really like that. So when she passed away, that was really hard. Especially like she was a member for so long and like seeing her membership up there, like when I would look through the members. And then Nookie passed away and I cried. CJ, yeah. Tommy Jude. Lenora, Tommy Jude, like, was that the guy that did the Idaho? Like that guy? They did the Idaho 4 content? Oh my gosh. George Lopez, no, I wish I was. I don't drink. Are you drunk? No, not evil CJ. I'm talking about Country Joe. Sorry. They go by CJ too. I think evil CJ, he's okay. Tommy Jude. Isn't that the guy that does the Idaho 4 content? He's kind of rough around the edges, smokes a lot of cigarettes. Like, I'm pretty sure that's who that is. Right? Yeah, that was him. Like the Once Upon a Crime Time guy? Really? Now that, whoa. I got him up right now and he's smiling. I just paused it. Oh my, how did he die? Like lung cancer? He had lung cancer. Oh, I figured that. That's sad. So Big Al passed away. He used to go on Brittany J's panels. They used to be like they would collab. I don't even know if she knows. I feel bad for her in a way because I mean I know they had their problems, but at one point they were friends, right? Um, but no, then he started going on like Queen's panels and stuff like that. And he was a really nice guy. Riddler is not around. I miss Riddler. I've written Riddler. Like I've written him. He used to send me cards to my email like every week. Just a beautiful card. And I wrote Riddler like 3 times. Like, are you coming back to YouTube? We miss you. You could come back to my channel. I thought maybe he didn't want to come back because like all this stuff happened with Brittany and he was on that panel like when stuff started popping off and he wasn't doing anything, but he was there. But I think that he might have left because maybe his mom passed on 11/11. Oh, wow. Influencers died too. Yes, he admitted to starting the rumor about the drugs being flushed. He finally admitted it. Wow. I can't. That Tommy Jude, he was a character. I mean, he had 6.4K subscribers, and all he did was Idaho, I think. It's so sad to see the page is still up. Oh, 3 weeks ago, he wrote, man, people really liked him. Oh, 1 month ago, due to some health issues, shows have been halted until further notice. Love you. Says, my beautiful crime family, I am back in the hospital. I will try going live with my laptop tomorrow night if I can. Thank God for my kids and grandkids. I will explain when I can. I love you all. It says, his last post, hello, my beautiful crime family. So much has happened. It's hard to get it all in text. I will be going live tomorrow night in the final episode of the Koberger case. Well, we could say that he didn't lie about that, you know, like a lot of people would have, but it says in our almost 3-year investigations, some stuff might shock you. I will be naming names involved in our investigations in a certain way where a lot of people will figure out this will not be a long show, but long enough for people to know. Due to health reasons, I will make it short as possible, but with the truths we think we have learned in this time, I love you all. That was 3 weeks ago. And his last stream was 2 weeks ago. So, with special guests. Oh, he had Randy on there, Coco, Bubbly Waters, and Dago. And then a bunch of other people I don't know. It was good that he was surrounded with people, though. You know, like, man, that sucks. I know Big Al. Amanda's Amanda. I don't know who that is. Right, Blueberry Hill? Yeah. Yeah, let me show you in case you don't know who Tommy is. I don't have a picture of Big Al. This is Tommy Jude up here in the middle. Now, I knew he I didn't know he had lung cancer, but I knew he smoked like a freight train, right? But that surprised me. Like, wow. That's crazy. And then Big Al, he would go on like Queen Bees and stuff, and he would talk. I don't know who else he went on, but he would go on different like panels. He didn't really have a channel. He just panel hopped and talked, you know, and just commented. Oh, did he? Oh my gosh, right here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Just so y'all are aware, my dad, Tommy Jude, passed away last night. I want to thank you all for your kind words. He was an amazing man and will be missed by so many. The irony of Jude, our dude. That's cute. Leaving this world within days of the Idaho 4 anniversary. He will now have a new vantage point to see what's going or what spot or what Got spot on. What do you got spot on? What we're missing. Oh, oh, this is sad. Good night, Tommy. You will be missed. My condolences to all of the family and friends and all of us who watched him. We will miss you. That's sad. That's really sad. I didn't know Tommy. I don't know why it's making me so like emotional, but it does. Things like that make me emotional. I feel for his kids, you know. Big Al's young too. Like Tommy Jude had lung cancer, right? So, I mean, he probably knew, you know, it wasn't good. I mean, he was going to the hospital and stuff. Big Al though, a heart attack. I mean, that could come on just right there, having a heart attack. Like, oh my goodness, that's so sad. Why is that? I mean, wow. Okay, maybe people will stop for a minute, right? Like maybe we can stop the drama and the craziness for a minute because everybody's dying. That's like 3 or 4 people we just named off in our little sector. That's nuts. Well, prayers for the families, prayers for everybody. And I mean, he didn't even get a seat in the 3-year anniversary, you know? Oh, Scotty. I've watched CJ before. I liked her accent. I liked her accent. Her and what who Juror? Is that who she, yeah. How's Juror doing? Has anyone asked? Has anyone seen? Because they were like they were, you know what I mean, they were together. Like they were always together. I swear, if you guys don't feel good or something, make sure you go to the hospital. I can't handle losing anybody in this chat, especially if you don't have a channel and we don't know where you went. Nathan, who's doing that? Who's smoking weed? Not me. Who is smoking though? I wonder. Who's smoking that green stuff on their lives? I only smoke vape juice. It's menthol. I quit smoking. I smoked for 15 years cigarettes. Can't believe it, but I did. I can't believe I've been almost on here for 3 hours. I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to go see what Vincent's doing. He's probably asleep. I don't have anything else to do, so that's why I'm just hanging out, talking, chilling. I want to know why Nathan thinks everyone's smoking weed on YouTube. I think they can get demonetized for that. I know vaping is bad, but it's better than me smoking a cigarette, I feel like. I feel like it is anyway. Kathy with the little smoke things. Oh, Bundy and what's it called? Ezzy Adventure. I watch stuff about the planets. Oh, he travels all over. Okay, all over the Earth, canoes, kayaks, and backpack solo. Oh, I'd like to see that. I like those things. I like stuff like that. I like watching people like hiking and like finding caves and exploring and stuff like that. I love stuff that has to do with the Earth. I am terrified of the ocean. Like I am seriously petrified of it now. That Titan implosion is what did it. So I will never go out in the sea, but I love that like I think it's like what 5%. We've only like been been into the bottom of like 5% of our oceans and explored 5% or something like that. It's crazy. The whole world is like water pretty much, and we only have experienced that, or you know, at 5%. We've been on the moon, they said, more times than we've been in the ocean. So, and then the Mariana Trench, oh, it gives me the shivers, it gives me the shakes. But you think of like the critters that live down there in the darkness, those like weird looking fish. They're like electric looking. Oh, no. I used to love the ocean, Casey. Yeah, Kathy, it was my happy place. Vincent started it because he doesn't like the ocean. I think it's because he grew up right there, you know. And then I was like, well, I don't know about it. And then the Titan implosion happened, and we covered that on the channel. And when I watched what an implosion was, I was out. I was like, I don't ever want to go to the ocean. I don't ever want to be on a cruise ship. Like even cruise ships, looking at them in the ocean freaks me out. When there's nothing around, there's no land around, all water. What if you fall off the cruise ship and no one sees you? And then you're out there with the sharks. I don't want to go that way. I don't want to go that way. I turned into a marine animal the moment I set foot in the water. I do love, there is one beach in Florida. I want to say that it's not Brighton. I forget what it's called, but it's beautiful. It's clear like that. I would get in. I'll get in the clear water, but I don't know. Just the ocean scares me. Plus the under, like the tide always takes me out, and then my top, you have to make sure your top doesn't come up because the ocean will suck me under. That's happened before when I was younger. That was embarrassing. Baby shark do. You wanted to plan a cruise? He said, "No, I'm good. I have no desire to be in the middle of the water on a floating city." I was like, lame. That sounds like me. No, that scares me. Oh, yeah, I need to move over a little bit. Yeah, it's weird. I told Vincent about it. So I told him, I was like, why can't we like center the camera more? And what it is right here. So we have a light switch and it's white. And so I don't want to show that because that's like ugly. And then our door trim is white. And that it's ugly. Like, it doesn't match the dark, right? I'm just a matchy OCD kind of girl. So what we're going to do, I think, is paint the light switch the same color as the wall. And we're going to paint the back of the door the same as the wall. So that way we can move the camera this way a little more. And that way it's more like centered on me. So I'm not looking at you guys like this, leaning, like it's just, I don't know. It'll be easier. Santa Cruz area. I live, oh yeah, OBX. Not just the water anymore after the shark encounter. I like the sand and the beach. I could do that. Where are you going in 3 weeks? Let me see. I do like the beach though. I do. I just don't want to get all the way in it. I love the beach and the ocean, but I do have fear of the water sometimes. Yeah. You're not a beach person, Marcella? I'm not. Just it makes me nervous. I don't know why. I think my mom planted it in my head, and then Vincent kind of planted it in my head. And then I watched these, where they stick the buildings under the water to show you how deep the water is, and that freaks me out. And then Google Earth, it might be because I have one eye, because my depth perception's off. So it might look a lot deeper than it is. I don't know. But things like I just get nervous. I just get nervous. Oh, I think that Cozumel or whatever I was trying to pronounce that the other day. Or whenever I was doing the video for Anna, I couldn't pronounce it. Yeah, when the ocean's rough, I don't want to be in it either. I did watch a guy kayak fishing off Australia, and he caught the attention of a great white shark, and damn, it followed him about 2 miles. The shark was longer than his kayak. I think I saw that. I might have seen that. What about the whale that freaking swallowed the dude and then spit him back out in the kayak? Can you imagine entering a whale? Okay. You're kayaking. You're enjoying your day. You're just enjoying life. It's peaceful. You're in the water. It's beautiful. The sun is just coming down, beaming down on you, all in the right spots. And you're just pedaling, whatever. And you look up, and instead of seeing buildings that were there or land, you see a freaking whale. And it swallows you. You go right on in that mouth. And then he spits you back out. I don't know if I'd be offended or what. Like, you don't want to eat me? But can you imagine? I couldn't imagine what it smelled like. I couldn't imagine It makes me like freak out thinking about it. Like, could you imagine you entering the whale's mouth and you're just chilling in there for a couple seconds? Like, do you think that he was like pedaling not to go down the throat? I'm just laughing now because he's fine, but oh my gosh. Critical Rick, who the heck's everyone? Why is everyone smoking weed? And that's why I don't go in the ocean. Oh man, that's scary. Just swimming in, pop back out. Imagine if you came out the blowhole or whatever. I don't know how that works, if you could. But I mean, it's weird. It's very weird. I would be offended. I think I'd be offended. I mean, where did the hell did the whale go after he spit him back out? Did he just swim away? And you're just sitting there like, what the hell just happened? I mean, I don't even know if I could kayak myself back to shore after that. I would be freaking out. I don't even think I'd be in the kayak. I think I'd be in the water because I would be like freaking out. Maybe he was packing some pepper, made it sneeze. I was thinking maybe he was hitting it with this like thing. Oh, gators are scary too, but I wouldn't mess with them. Going on a cruise to Alaska. Okay, now Kathy, that's going to be probably beautiful. That's going to be beautiful. I've seen those Alaskan cruises and they're gorgeous. Yeah, was that who filmed it? I mean, and just the luck that you have someone filming you. Like, no way, Jose. I actually had 2 friends and their family, they had 5 kids. They all moved to Alaska a few years ago. It was her husband's dream, like his whole life. And they started dating when they were both 13. And that first boyfriend, 5 kids together. I mean, it's the perfect little story, right? And one day she said, let's do it. Let's go. And they moved from a little town of 20,000 people to Alaska. And they love it. Their kids go outside and play in the snow every day. I mean, they love it. Well, I'm going to jump off of here. Thank you guys for staying and talking to me and listening to my story tonight and all the other stuff that we talked about. I appreciate that. It was a good time. It was like a 3-hour live. We haven't done a 3-hour live in forever. So I really, really, really do appreciate everybody staying and hanging out. I appreciate the super chats, the memberships. That means so much to me. Hitting the like button, sharing the videos, everything means just so much. And you guys just being here. I appreciate that. And not judging, this is a no judging zone. But thank you guys all for being here tonight. I will be back tomorrow sometime. I may do a live over on Unfiltered during the day. I will put a community post out and then you'll see the thumbnail and everything. I'll make it to where it goes out and it notifies everybody. But thanks again for being here tonight. I appreciate it so much. And you're welcome for sharing. Thank you guys for being here. I'll be back on, like I said, tomorrow. And you guys all have a great night. Get some sleep. Lock your doors, lock your windows. People are nuts out there. If you're feeling like you do not feel good, don't wait. Don't say, oh, I'll just wait till tomorrow. Make sure you go to the doctor. Make sure you get checked out. I don't want anything happening to anybody. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright.